Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Welcome to Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab. I'm Grant.
I'm Brad.
And warning, tonight's episode might put you in a tailspin.
Of Halloween?
Of Halloween. I mean, I didn't go much farther than that.
Fair enough. Tailspin.
Tailspin.
How did that theme song go?
I don't know. I never watched Tailspin.
Okay.
I mean, everybody knows DuckTales.
Oh.
I don't know the words of that, but I just know the DuckTales. Hello. DuckTales.
That's about what I know too, apparently. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's me.
How you doing?
You know, I'm hanging in there.
Mm-hmm.
I got my pinball situation squared away.
I guess we have to get that out of the way quick. Or first off, how's the pinball saga?
So I think the guy still wanted me to buy his 60s machine for $500, which I really didn't want to at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But he was pretty cool about it. And then I got the hook machine, and the guy even helped me downstairs with it. Minor, I mean, it has a few inconsistencies, but they're pretty like few and far between. As far as like every once in a while, one of the flipper gets like stuck up for a second, and you just got to hit the button and it goes down.
Yeah.
But it only happens like twice a night, if that.
You can call it, so it has charm.
It has a lot of charm. The music is awesome. The graphics are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The machine itself is awesome. Like, I love it. But the only thing is it's hard. And you have to get 200 million to get the lowest high score, like to get, put your initials in.
Like a bronze medal?
Basically, yeah. And the most I've gotten is 102 million. And I had a hell of a pinball game that game.
Yeah.
Like, I just need to figure this machine out more, I guess.
And so what did you end up, like, paying all together? Like, you got rid of your old one for free?
No, for 500.
You sold a broken one for 500?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I bought Hook for 1,400.
So you had to pay 900.
I had to pay $900.
Okay. Yeah. But you really wanted it.
I wanted a machine really bad, and when he said Hook, I was like, I could go for Hook. Okay. And once I saw the inside, like the main thing in the middle is like this skull that you hit the ball into, and the ball, like it can come out of the skull too. So it's pretty bad.
Do the skull eyes light up?
Yep.
There you go. Does it? So it raises, like the mouth raises?
No, the mouth is always open.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it one of the ones where you shoot it and it goes in like a little like hole?
Yeah,
and then it can pop back out.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, but yeah, it's awesome.
Unfortunately, I wish that could have. I mean, it probably have been frustrating for you, but I would have liked to stretch that out a little bit more. Maybe get like 4 or 5 episodes out of that story, but it's over already.
Sorry, I really do want 2 more still, because I really do have the space for it, but I maybe want my old one back because he's fixing it right now. The one guy that wants me to sell the one for 500, so I might buy that one back once he fixes it and it's all working again. And then I really do want like a horror themed one, or something like if it was Back to the Future or like.
I think you're gonna like that's the ones where you're gonna have to start paying.
Not necessarily. There's a few that are within my price range.
Okay.
So I just have to figure that out.
Not the $8,000 Elvira one that I want.
No, and don't get me wrong, I would love an Elvira one, but it's not something like I would pick all other things before I'd pick Elvira.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that if don't get me wrong, if I got Elvira offered to me for $3,000, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's a Ghostbusters one, but that's a newer one. I mean, there's so many cool ones.
The Monster one is pretty expensive.
There's a Frankenstein one. Yeah, there's a Frankenstein. There's a Dracula. But it's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, okay.
It's not like Universal Monsters Dracula.
Yeah.
So those are cool, but they're not. But like the Frankenstein one has a Frankenstein guy in it. He catches the ball and throws it at you.
Does the Dracula one have a little Keanu?
I you know what? I haven't really looked at the Dracula one.
I doubt it does. I doubt it does.
I doubt it does too. dude.
Yeah, for some reason, it's supposed to be Keanu and Dracula, but he only sounds like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he only sounds like Bill and Ted Keanu Reeves. That would be entertaining. That would be worth the money.
I would say, yeah, if they had the mistake. What is that? Is that Star Wars that has like the fucked up toy that's like worth a lot, like a C-3PO or something that's actually
Oh, that has a dick?
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Is that true? Do you know?
Yeah, that's true. There's a few different toys like that. There's a lot of toys that have like masturbatory motions.
I feel like a lot of wrestling toys has it because the wrestlers are always like this.
Yeah, but some of them are like, oh, whoa.
Like they weren't even trying.
Yeah, some of them are so ridiculous that you just can't. Yeah.
Did you watch anything?
I did. God, you know what? For a while there, I was keeping really good notes of what I watched. I watched Society.
I've never seen that, but I want to.
Amazon Prime has the best horror selection of any of the.
They have the unknown, like not unknown so much, but they have a lot of obscure things. I'll use that word.
They have a lot of cult B favorites, is what I would say. Stuff that I haven't seen that I'm like Society that I've always wanted to see, but the only way you're seeing it is if you buy a kind of expensive Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Because it's usually going to be that Blu-ray that's probably done by Scream Factory or Arrow or one of the big ones. So it's going to be a $25 Blu-ray, and you're like, well, fuck, I haven't seen it. Like, I don't know if I want it. I did like it. It was fun. It was an 80s. It was actually, I think it was done in early 90s, but it had that late 80s, early 90s Beverly Hills 90210 feel because it takes place in, I believe, Beverly Hills.
Oh, is it like, does it talk about like plastic surgery and all that stuff or something?
Because
that's the one with the skin, right? Like, isn't there some skin scene or?
Yeah, there's a skin scene. It's fun. It's a super fun watch.
Okay.
And then I feel like I definitely watched something else. I just need to be reminded of what it is.
I've done that so much, and I try my best. And problem is that I try to put the notes in my iPad because that's what I'm reading. I should start just putting it in my phone because I'll have a thought driving to work that we need to talk about something, and I'll make sure like I got to remember that, and then I get home and I don't.
Right.
Like, I'm terrible about it.
I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, but I haven't finished it. I'm still at the radio station.
Oh.
Man, I know I watched something else, but I just cannot put my finger on it. I've been watching some football because football's back. And then, but yeah, I know I watched something else, but I cannot remember what it was.
Okay. Well, at least you watched some. I actually did watch stuff this time.
Okay.
I watched Goosebumps, the first one. And I enjoyed it more than I used to. I really like Goosebumps 2. I will say.
Me too.
I like 2 better than 1.
Me too.
But this time watching it, it's not that bad. I remember the first time I watched it, I just went like, "That's it? Like that's what we got out of Goosebumps?"
Yeah.
And it's not that bad. I am excited to watch 2, but I'm watching it with the family.
Part of the problem is I don't love Jack Black.
And see, I think you said that last time. I don't mind him in certain roles. Like,
I love High Fidelity.
Yeah, if he's not the main, like, I'm not going to watch School Rock again.
Oh God.
But I'll watch High Fidelity, and I don't even know if he bothered me in this movie. I don't think he did. It was just like I think the anticipation of like they're making a Goosebumps movie. And
Slappy was the only guy you felt like you saw.
Yeah, I mean they're in there. Like Maya was pulling out a bunch of them now that we've read it. They're all kind of in there, but they're not main. They're not big characters, I guess.
And I agree, but they're so like, and there's some things that you're like, what is that from?
Yeah.
So and maybe it's from like Goosebumps 2000. I haven't read that book. Totally possible. Mm-hmm. But like I don't know. I expected more, and I like Goosebumps 2 a lot more than I like Goosebumps 1.
Yeah.
So.
And then another family favorite, we watched Hotel Transylvania. That was Maya's pick.
Okay.
I always like those movies. I think once again I like the second one more, but I like them all. Mm-hmm. Even though Adam Sandler doesn't like the whole Adam Sandler group doesn't bother me in those movies. Like you're getting David Spade, you're getting Kevin James which I know you're a Kevin James fan though.
I like King of Queens.
Oh, okay, maybe not so much Kevin James.
Yeah, and I like him in that show, but I just don't love anything else that he's been in. I guess.
Do you like the Hotel Transylvania movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But again, Adam Sandler's kind of like Jack Black for me. But I really liked the movie that he just. I really liked the movie he just did though.
The Halloween movie or Uncut
No,
Gems?
Uncut Gems. I
Okay.
thought it was awesome.
Yeah, there's some new
Hey
movie.
KG, I like the way he did his voice. He's such a scumfuck. I love that movie, and I love Punch Drunk Love, and
Yeah.
I love. What else do I probably like? I think that might be it.
Big Daddy. There's a couple scenes. I think that'll always be good.
I do like Big Daddy, and and Billy Madison will always. But you know what? I don't want to watch Billy Madison anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm done
Yeah.
to watch Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. So I guess I'm just not a huge fan.
But he
I don't
does
know.
he does have a new Halloween movie on Netflix that I want to watch.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
I have no idea if it's a family movie or not, but it's called it's called Hubie Halloween, and it's like he lives in Salem and he's got to save Halloween. Shalabadoo, as Adam Sandler would probably do.
Oh God.
That was my best.
Much fun. Yeah.
That was my best Adam Sandler.
No, that was pretty good actually. You know, I watched the murder mystery one with him and Jennifer Aniston.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love a good whodunit.
Yeah.
Clue is my favorite board game of all time. You know I love whodunits.
Yeah.
And I fucking hated it. Like it was so hard to watch. He's just so unlikable to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But when he doesn't act like that, like I don't know, I'm fine. But it was just a terrible movie.
That's what, I mean, one of my top, I think I'd put it in my top 5, if not for sure top 10 best movies of all time. To me, is Punch Drunk Love.
I love Punch Drunk
And
Love.
he is one of the reasons. It is the whole movie, like it's a movie as a whole, but like even that scene, I laugh every time when he goes up to that one guy, like it's his sister's husband, and he's just like, "You're a doctor, right?" He's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Sometimes I don't like myself," and he goes, "Sonny, I'm a dentist." Like for some reason, it fucking gets me
Wait a
every
minute.
time.
Sonny.
Is his name
Sonny is Big Daddy. Isn't it
Sonny's
Barry?
Big Daddy. Barry, yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
Barry, I'm a dentist.
Because I always think, Sonny, I beat you so hard at basketball, or something like that. He says, I don't know what the fuck that kid said. Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein, I forgot. Okay, and then I have a question for you.
Okay.
I did this. I broke it out early, and it's because I realized Abby hadn't watched it. And I was pissed that I didn't get to do anything on September 1st. And I've been working so fucking much. So I said, fuck it. And I broke out the new Halloween. Is that is it too early? Did I fuck up?
The new Halloween?
Yeah, the Danny McBride
Oh,
one.
no. Not
Okay.
at all.
Okay, because I don't watch any of the Halloween movies until October. But I thought that I could get a pass on this one because I wanted to show it to Abby and see what she thought.
No, not even a little bit. I think that any of the new Halloweens and anything past 4 are fair game in September. Because you're not going to get to them all in October.
Even the Rob Zombie ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to watch fucking Halloween on October 16th? No, I'm going to watch the regular Halloween and Halloween 3 and Halloween 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm going to watch Trick or Treat or Tales of Halloween. Or I still haven't. I've been saving Candy Corn. So I'm excited about that. I'm waiting until October, though, because I waited this long.
I still haven't watched Scream yet. That's always my go-to every Halloween.
And I have not watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is go-to for me, but I am in the middle of 2. So.
Okay.
But there's plenty of movies. I'm trying to get Cameron to watch Dawn of the Dead with me.
The new one or the old one?
Oh, no, the old one.
The old one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maya
I think the new one might freak him out a little bit more.
Well, we didn't know what to do here because I was going to, I think on the last one I told you I was going to make Maya watch Christine, and we look up the parents' guide every time. And the only thing we look up on the parents' guide is nudity because, once again, we're lazy parents. We don't feel like describing sex to our daughter yet.
Right.
So there was one
Wait
that
a minute. What grade is she going into?
She's going into 7th. Well, she's in 7th, and like she's not even having a normal year. She's at home all the fucking time. So
that's what I thought. She's in 7th, so she has to know about stuff, right?
Like I think that she knows, but the way I was talking to a girl at work, and the way that she put it was that it's more of it's not that she's going to see it because I mean that's how like a lot of us learned, like kissing girls and you go make out and do all the shit. It's more the fact that you're watching it with your dad as a teenage girl.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So it's more the thing of like, if I wanted to show her Halloween, because I want to show her Halloween, I might not ever get that chance. I might just have to give it to her and walk away because eventually that couple's going to have sex. Eventually you're going to see girls' boobs. she doesn't want to sit next to her dad when all that's happening, because at the same time, how uncomfortable it is, she realizes that her dad is looking at another naked woman, like around her. Like it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I get it, but
I don't know.
we looked up the parent guide on Christine, and there was one where it was like guy gropes bosom, and then she puts her hand on his crotch. And Abby and I don't remember that scene in the movie. I can't think of that scene, but we decided, yeah, we're not going to watch that with Maya quite yet.
Dude, that's what happened to me. I think I told you with 300. I had no idea that 300 got wrong.
Did you watch it with him?
Yeah.
Isn't there nudity?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I had no fucking clue.
Yeah, I thought it was just like violence and naked people.
Well, I mean, I knew most of the Spartans were kind of like mostly naked.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about the guy that basically says we're not going to help. We're not going to help Leonidas if and I'm not going to vote. The council isn't going to vote your way if you don't fuck me, basically. And she kind of blackmails Leonidas' wife into fucking him. And kind of like rapes her in a way, and I was like, Jesus, I had no recollection.
Because then what do you do then? Do you cut it off and make it even weirder? Like, do you just be like, we got to stop watching this?
I fast-forwarded it. I was like, dude, I didn't realize that this got raunchy. And he's definitely saw boobs in the fast-forward motion, but it's like, fuck it. Yeah. I mean, he should see a little boobage now and then.
I feel like I feel like that's something different with maybe having a son. You're just kind of like, it's all right.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
If it was Lizzie and it was a dick, no fucking way.
Yeah. Why is that so different? But it is.
It is.
But yeah, so I guess that was my question. Oh, and it seemed like we kind of went downhill on Rob Zombie, so I wanted to bring it up. I tried to listen to the other mastermind of Halloween, and I downloaded some Manson, and I still stick by that Mechanical Animals is my favorite album. But Hollywood is so fucking good.
Hollywood might be one of my favorites. Hollywood is my favorite that I don't realize it's my favorite.
Yeah, you forget, and then you put it on, and it's got I think I know every song, and I get excited about every song.
Yeah, and you don't even realize. First of all, there's like 18 tracks.
Yeah,
and the last like 6 are all awesome. Mm-hmm. And it's like sometimes you don't get that far into a record just because you listen to it on your way to work.
Yeah,
like. You should almost just start that album at like track 12 sometimes and just play it there. So it's stellar.
Well, I love Fight Song, though. I love Love Song. And then,
Fight Song is like one of my least favorite songs on the record. Yeah.
I love Fight Song.
Look, I have to really, starting with Nobodies, I know it's just badass. Lamb of God is great. And Coma Black. Valentine's Day, The Fall, but it's all good.
There's one more I can't think of the name that I love. Nobody's is probably one of the better songs in the album.
Yeah,
and I think Disposable Teens is the song I like the least out of the whole thing.
I really like that song.
Yeah, okay, so we're a little bit reverse on those songs.
Yeah,
okay.
Actually, Blair Witch 2, when that starts in that. Yeah, I'm always like, what a perfect song.
Well, yeah, I think that's when they were going of like Manson was hitting his high point at that point, and it was like we're making a sequel.
High point was Antichrist Superstar, no?
Well, I mean, he was at his high point, I guess. Like he was still going strong after Mechanical Animals, and they're like, what are we gonna do? Yeah. Release a sequel to one of the biggest movies ever made, and it's about a witch, so why not get Manson?
Yeah, and actually, Disposable Teens reminds me of. It sounds like it should be on Antichrist Superstar.
Yeah.
It has that.
It has the drums and all that.
Yeah. But I don't know what my favorite Manson album is. Mechanical Animals is certainly up there. I used to just sit and play guitar to that whole album because I had it printed out. But it's certainly one of my favorites. There's so many great songs on it.
Well, the one you forget about is even Portrait of American Family. That whole album. I don't know about the whole album, but most of it is really
there's
good.
Missteps for sure on Portrait.
But it is still really good, because it doesn't sound like the other ones.
No, well, that's the Daisy Berkowitz sound. That was it definitely had a lot to do with it. But if you listen to some of their other stuff, I have that one, and we're probably getting off topic here, but Lunchboxes and Chocolate Cows, I think, is just called the Spooky Kid because that sounds like Portrait, but a really torn down, not real great version of it. But
isn't it the same songs?
No,
it's a whole different album.
Yeah, it's
I thought I always thought it was like either an EP or something else.
No, it's a 10-track with a DVD. Actually, it's worth a ton of money because Manson like it got taken off the shelves within like a week because it has like Marilyn Manson in it, and it's literally like Daisy Berkowitz put this out.
Oh, okay.
So I got it the day it came out, so I was actually able to get it. Pays sometimes, I guess.
Hey, see, that's what we do too. We educate people on this podcast.
There you go.
I learn something new every time.
That's what I do.
So is there anything else you want to talk about before we get into it?
I'm sure that there was. I really need to take better notes because there's been a few things that. Oh, I saw that you went to a pumpkin patch. So did I.
Yeah, we went to a new one, which I still can't pronounce it. It's like Schatz or something, which made me laugh.
There's no way it's called Schatz.
It's like CHA, like or CHSCHACTS, like.
I don't believe you now.
Well,
like you said 8 different spellings there.
I don't fucking know. It started with an S and there was a C in it.
One time you started with a C. One time you started with an S.
Yeah, we went to that, which actually the pumpkins were super cheap. And then we on the way, where the fuck were we going? Oh, we were going to go get pizza downtown, and we randomly drove past a farmer's market that had a bunch of shit. So yeah, so I got some apple butter and some popcorn, and the popcorn's surprisingly good. It was 50-50. If it's like pumpkin popcorn, that could taste like shit or it could be amazing, and it actually was good.
I do not like pumpkin popcorn.
Yeah, it was good.
Before, I've always been disappointed.
Yeah.
But the place I went to, it's like a fun park, kind of like the maze.
Yeah. Which I've driven past that place. It's the Pigeon, whatever, right?
Pigeon Roost.
Pigeon Roost.
And it's cool. They have lots of pumpkins out, but they do not have a pumpkin patch. They have a hayride. It costs $50 for us to go there, like for the 4 of us.
So it's like Circle S, because Circle S is expensive, man. If you really break it down,
you do not get a pumpkin here.
Oh,
like there's no guaranteed pumpkin. We did not even end up getting a pumpkin because they're kind of overpriced. It was like $10 for a big one. And I was like,
yeah,
nah. But it was still fun, and we paid for all the extras. Like me and Cameron got to shoot paintballs, and then we all went on the hayride, which was really $2 or $3 more per person, which is really $12 by the time that you. And you don't even go anywhere. You just go around on a hayride. You don't go to a pumpkin patch. It's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But the kids enjoyed it, so it was still cool. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. But I think I want to try something else next year.
Which I think Abby did tell me that the maze will be open this year.
It is.
But they had to put out the notice of like, if you go in the haunted one, there's no fucking social distancing. So like, be ready for that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So I mean,
how close do they ever really get?
Yeah.
You're outside.
And the funny thing is that it's Halloween. Well, I wouldn't say all of them, but most of them are wearing masks, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can wear a mask, I guess.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. So this episode we watched, because it's so close to the what is it? The most wonderful time of the year. We watched Tales of Halloween.
It is the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
It's like 58 out right now.
I know, it's actually working for me this year. Usually, it'll still be fucking 80, and the days have been so nice outside. And and it's actually like 45 when I go to work. It's great.
Yeah, I love it.
But yes, we watched Tales of Halloween. I just kind of quit taking notes of like when this shit was put out and like money and stuff like that. So it was put out sometime recently.
I did write down all the titles of the movie, of each one.
That'll help later because I thought that they would come back up per section, and they didn't. So I rated them, or I ranked them, and I just put 1 through 10 because this movie is, it's not a movie, like a normal movie where it's told beginning to end. It's sectioned off. It's an anthology movie with 10 stories.
Right. And
all
some
related
of them
to Halloween.
coincide, and some of them really don't seem to.
And I think this was the problem. The first time I watched it, I did have a couple of drinks the first time I watched it, so that could have helped. But I remember by the time I was done with it, I was upset. I didn't like this movie at all. And I think what had happened is that I built myself up so much. I was expecting another Trick or Treat or something on that caliber. And then when I watched it, I kind of went, what was that?
Well, and some of them aren't very good.
Yeah, because I've grown to love this movie. At least I thought I loved it. And then I watched it last night and I was like, it's okay. And
There's some that are really good.
yeah, it'll
and then
be a
there's some
staple of
that,
Halloween no matter what. I'm gonna watch it every Halloween. But like,
yeah,
I remember the last time I watched it, going like, "This is a great movie," and then when I watched it this time, I kind of went, "It's okay."
and I, yeah, yeah.
All right, so before we get into each story, there is an opening scene. So, Brad, you want to tell me how you feel about the opening scene?
The opening scene. Did I miss the opening scene?
Well, like the animation.
Oh, the animation.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Okay, because I feel like that we went on 5 or 6 of these, like right in a row, where we're like, this opening scene, it's fucking great, man. Like, there's nothing better than this opening scene. So, like, this time, it's like, it's an opening scene. It's fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
It gets you ready. Like it kind of, it's like a, what the fuck
It
is
could
that
have
called?
been more Halloweeny, I think.
Is it a pop-up book? Is that what they're called?
I guess so. Yeah.
It's like a pop-up book, and I think it kind of tells you it gives you hints on what's going to happen in each story.
Yeah, and I think that I was, I was like, man, should I be writing these titles down? So I may have been a little bit distracted.
I mean, it's good because it's going to help out later. But during the story, or during the scene, we have the Scream Queen, Adrienne Barbeau. Is that how you say her name?
Yep.
Okay. She's famous for Swamp Thing and Creep Show and The Fog. She got naked a lot. I do remember that.
Swamp Thing's not very good, though.
The second one is, though. Have you seen the second Swamp Thing with Heather Locklear?
No.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so good. Like, the first one's,
it's boring.
You think Wes Craven and you're thinking all this stuff, and it's just not that good. But watch the second one. I can guarantee that you'll like it.
Okay.
But don't expect a fucking award-winning movie. It's really bad.
Right.
So yeah, she's kind of narrating, and I took this as, because this whole first scene has Carpenter all over it. Homages to Carpenter. So I took this as her role from The Fog, kind of redone. She's doing the radio station thing. She's kind of setting up the scene for Halloween night.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that is exactly what I thought. It was basically her doing the Fog thing. Yeah, which I dug. I totally think it's cool. Mm. And the first story also is Carpenter-esque.
Yes. We cut
Halloween.
Yeah, and we cut to a kid that's dumping out his Halloween candy, and he's dressed like Snake from Escape from New York / LA. So there's already two signs to Carpenter, and he's dumping out his candy, and he can't fucking wait. And then I laughed at this because he sighed at the apple. Like, there's that one gigantic apple in the middle of all the candy. And he just kind of sighs at it. And then he finally gets like this piece of like miniature chocolate, and he puts it in his mouth, and he has this weird fucking like.
Yeah, like, he's literally imitating the zombie behind him, because Night of the Living Dead, the original, is playing behind him.
Yeah,
and he's I guess it's basically saying that kids are like zombies on Halloween night.
I guess. Because the zombies are like eating the insides, right? It's that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all and then so he's eating the candy, and he's fucking enjoying the shit out of this candy. But then
and we find out his name is Mikey.
Mikey.
And this one is called Sweet Tooth.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, I'll try to be better reminding myself to name these things. So then, Mikey's eating all his candy, and his sister, was that his sister? The blonde girl?
Yeah, his sister and her sister's boyfriend.
Yeah, and he comes in, he's like, hey, Mikey, you better watch out for Sweet Tooth.
He actually warns him even better than that. He says, you better save some candy for Sweet Tooth.
Oh, is that what it is? Hold on.
Yeah, he's like,
hey, Mikey, you better save some candy for Sweet Tooth.
And whenever somebody says... Yeah, I just watched the whenever somebody says Mikey, though, the past few days, we just watched the Goldberg's Halloween special.
Yeah.
And I think we watched 2 of them. We have been watching Halloween specials. And one of the things is they talk about like
Mikey dying.
Yeah, because the sister, I forget her name, I can't remember it.
Holy shit.
Anyway, she has like Pepsi, and she has Pepsi in her mouth, or Coke, and she goes to eat Pop Rocks, and Barry hits something out of her hand. And he's like, didn't you learn anything from Mikey? And then he's like, fine, then do it. And then so she's going to do it, and then Pops comes up and hits it out of her hand too. And he's like, "Didn't you learn anything from Mikey?" So lately, the past few days, when everybody, somebody says Mikey, that's all I can think of. Anyway, back to the show.
So now the story of Sweet Tooth, and Sweet Tooth it's this young kid, and he fucking loves trick or treating. Like it's his favorite night.
And this happened 50 years ago.
Yeah, he fucking is just like, this is the only night of my life that I give it any shits about mom and dad. And the mom, here's another cameo. I feel like I missed so many cameo in those movies because I don't know that much. But the mom is Caroline Williams of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 fame. Since you were watching that.
I did not even know that.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm not good at that stuff. I don't pay that much attention. I'm not that like cool. I'm not that.
Oh, I love things. I love things connecting and like little like things that you can pick up like that.
Don't get me wrong. It's totally cool, but like I'm just don't have that time. I guess
don't have that. See, I get in trouble because I have the mental capacity to know something like that, but I can't remember to like paint the garage. So Abby yells at me like when I throw a fact at her like that, and she'll just be like, "Why can't you remember what you did yesterday then?"
Yeah, why don't you remember our anniversary?
Yeah, it's like, but you know the chick from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is the mom for 5 seconds in this fucking movie.
Right.
So yeah, the mom and the dad are just like, you can go out trick or treating, but like you can't fucking eat it, which makes no sense to me. Like, why are you a dick to your kid?
It didn't make sense. But they said it'll make you fat, lazy, and rot your teeth.
Oh, is that what? Okay, so there was an answer. Okay.
Yeah,
I missed that part.
Yeah, and he kind of looked like Carrie Elways, like the dad. Like he was real obnoxious, like Carrie Elways in a bad way. Like I don't know who it was. I'm sure it's somebody too that's been in movies.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you pick up on one, that's why I started getting like, who's that? And then when I couldn't recognize anybody, it was like, am I that bad? Like I should know more about this.
Right.
Because I'm sure there's people out there, that'll put you to shame.
Oh, totally.
But yeah, so they won't let.
Let me see if I can answer him real quick.
Okay.
I can still hear you, so you can keep talking.
Okay. So then, so the parents let him go out trick-or-treating. But they won't let the kid eat the candy. They come home, and the kid's all fucking bummed, and they're like, get the fuck upstairs right now. It's Halloween. Which makes no sense. But they make him go to bed. And he comes down in the middle of the night. And he finds his parents like having this weird like candy sex. I couldn't even explain what was going on.
That's exactly what it is.
Like
it's
I didn't get it.
It's like candy fetish sex.
Like they were like, well, first it started like simple, like just eat it out of my mouth. Like I'll have a chocolate bar in my mouth, and you kiss me and eat it. And then they just like started like rubbing it on each other and like eating it and like this weird fucked up shit with like miniature candy bars.
Was like obnoxious.
Yeah. But they
like if I saw somebody doing this, I'd be like, "Will you?" Like usually, I'd be like, "All right, I guess I'll watch." Mm-hmm. But this, I'd be like, "Stop it!
just stop it!
Just stop it! I don't like this."
So what does Sweet Tooth go and do though? He gets so fucking angry.
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna make me fat, lazy, and rot my teeth.
Yeah, but you guys are just fucking it.
Yeah, he's like, this looks awesome.
Yeah, and they're like, they're like, well, you don't gain any weight if you fuck it. And he's like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, so can I? How do I do that?
You can't fuck the candy there, Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, like, fuck you, Sweet Tooth.
Well, then fuck it. I'm gonna stab you.
God, Timmy, I hate you, Timmy.
Is his name Timmy?
Yes, that's what Sweet Tooth's name is. Timmy Sweet Tooth Schnoogans.
Old Timmy Sweet Tooth Schnoogans.
I don't know.
So then, yeah, he gets mad that his parents are fucking and eating the candy, and he kills his parents.
He does.
And he straight up fucking kills them. He puts a fucking machete in his mom's head. I don't remember how he killed his dad.
I don't have that.
I almost feel like he cut his head off, but that could have been later in the movie. And I guess that he ate all the candy then. He fucking killed his parents, ate all the candy, but it just wasn't enough candy.
Nope, he ate all the candy, so...
He wanted more.
He did.
What do you do when you want more candy and there's none left?
Obviously, you open up your parents' stomach and eat the partly digested remains of what they've obnoxiously eaten as they made some sort of weird candy fetish love.
I mean,
I mean, what? Why wouldn't you do that?
I mean that is a
Timmy,
point
you
that I didn't
fucking
think of. Like,
weirdo.
I just kind of took it as it was. Like, he opened up their stomachs and he like grabbed the candy and he shoved it in his mouth. But yeah, that shit. If it was chocolate, if it was any sugar, it would be halfway melted.
Well, they ate it. I mean, they chewed it. Nobody like takes a miniature candy bar and swallows it.
I'm gonna try to next time I eat one. I'm gonna see if I can swallow
that
one
would be
whole.
like that would be like cartoon like. That'd be like a Bugs Bunny thing.
You could actually see it. You could see it going down my throat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just this horrified look on my face of like, I've made a mistake.
And I'll sit there in the corner like, I don't like the way you're eating that candy either.
Yeah, and you're gonna murder me.
Stop it.
So then, yeah, he fucking cuts his parents open, eats the candy inside of them, but he's also eating like the blood and shit. Like, there's a shot of him on the couch with like both parents just all dead and shit, and he's just blood all over his face while eating the candy. So then, yeah, it cuts back, and I think he's in bed at this point. The little boy Mikey.
Yeah. And I got basically he kind of ends it with, now every Halloween he comes back. You have to share your candy, or he'll eat the candy you've eaten to satisfy his sweet tooth. So how did he get such a cool name as Sweet Tooth and not like fucking weirdo that eats the insides of people that are fucking digest chocolate?
Well, fucking first, that's too long of a name.
Well,
like they're never going to be like, you gonna eat all that candy? Haven't you heard of the kid that fucking cut open his parents and he did half digested chocolate after he got mad because they wouldn't let him go like, trick or treating?
Yeah, that's Timmy Weird Nuts over there. Like, you would have a worse name than
I can go with Timmy Weird. Let me try that one. Why you eating all that candy? Have you ever heard the story of Timmy Weird Nuts over there? You fuck.
He's like, who hasn't heard of Timmy Weird Nuts? I mean, it's a great name. Anytime somebody's like, you ever heard Timmy Weird Nuts? People are like, no, tell me.
Yeah, I mean, why is he called Timmy Weird Nuts?
Yeah, because if it was just like, you ever heard of Sweet Tooth? You'd be like, moving on. I'm good. I don't need to hear about Sweet Tooth.
So he's talking to his sister. Sister's like tucking him in. He's like, is that shit real, bro? She's like, yeah, nah, it's not. We're just fucking with you. And he's like,
your boyfriend's a fucking douchebag.
Fuck your stupid boyfriend, which I can't even figure out his costume. Is he a ninja? Is he a skeleton? I don't fucking know. He's a fucking D-bag is what he is.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Then the sister goes back and she's like, he fucking called you a douchebag. Yeah. And the guy just kind of is like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But the kid leaves a candy bar outside his door.
He does. He probably leaves his best candy bar, arguably.
Do you know what the name of the candy bar is?
No, I missed that.
It's a Carpenter bar. Yeah.
I see what they did there.
But yeah, he gave fucking Sweet Tooth a king size, like a normal size candy bar.
Okay.
That shit's unheard of. Like, you always went to, like, you made sure you found out whose house had that normal size candy bar. There wasn't too many of them back in the day. We always got the miniature or the pennies.
Yeah, you were lucky to get a regular size candy bar. Now, a king size candy bar? That's once, maybe twice every 3 Halloweens.
Yeah. And then you're just going to stare. Even though, like, the funny thing now as an adult and you have your own money, you can do what you want. I could go to the fucking store and get a candy bar whenever I want. But as a kid, like, I'd stare at that, like, double Reese's or that fucking full-size Snickers and just be like, I got to save this for a special occasion. This is mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whenever Cameron at one Halloween, they were giving away Anthony Thomas candy bars at one place.
Like the caramel ones?
Yep, the caramel was a choice. Or you get this huge pixie stick or something else cool. Cameron got one of the chocolate bars. And I was just like enamored with that chocolate bar because it's different.
Yeah.
It is. It's just different. I was like, damn, like, that's badass, Cameron. It's like, I could buy an Anthony Thomas candy bar anytime I want. I just bought a fucking $1,400 pillow.
But you're just like, hey, kid, I'll trade you for this candy bar.
Yeah, I would have, like, that candy bar to me was worth $1 million that night. And I was like 34.
So yeah, he drops the candy bar on the floor just to make sure. He's not sure if good old Timmy D or Timmy Wildnuts or whatever the is coming or not. So he just wants to make sure, which I think I would do too. I'd be like, just in case. You don't fucking know if Timmy Wildnuts, I think is what the name is coming for me. And then the kid kind of freaks out because he's laying in bed and like a shadow goes by and you hear a boom. But I think I skipped something because is it like has the sister and the boyfriend already eaten all the candy?
Yeah, the boyfriend starts eating his candy, and they have a pretty nice sized chocolate bar there themselves.
Oh
like
yeah, she
it's
fucking takes
like,
a bite and lets it fall on her. Doesn't even pick that shit up. That's how much money
she's
they
just
have.
she's like fuck it. Well, if you didn't notice, they had like covered the couch so that they could go ahead and bleed all over the place, and their couch would be okay.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to. But yeah, so they eat all of Mike's candy.
All of it.
All of it.
They're just
and they're like, I can't believe I ate that much food, babe.
It's like,
oh,
well, at least we didn't fuck it.
Yeah, it's true. At least, yeah, we weren't too awkward about it. But
babe,
yeah,
that's a really weird thing to say.
I. And it's just like, we got to go buy more. And he's like, well, I have $5.
So yeah, like she gets up and she's like, I need some Pepto. Oh no, I need some Pepto, babe.
Yeah, where's the Pepto?
Yeah,
and he's like, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. He's like, that's kind of fucking gross now that I think about it. Like, we're not fucking tonight because that shit's gross.
Yeah, who eats that much candy?
Yeah.
Like, on Halloween night, don't get me wrong, I might indulge myself. I'd eat more candy than I usually would. I might have 4 or 5 pieces, a fun-sized Mike and Ike's and fun-sized Skittles and then a Twix.
And then you got to have the Reese cup. At least one.
I might have a Reese cup.
We share it.
Twix has become my go-to chocolate now.
It's a good one.
I only get it around Halloween. Nobody ever buys a Twix.
Okay.
In this house. So.
So yeah, she gets up. I'll see you later. I gotta go get Pepto for my stomach. He's like, okay,
he's
babe.
Like, oh.
And then out of nowhere, fucking he falls asleep and boom, some fucking person just puts their entire fucking hand down his throat, grabs his intestines and pulls that shit the fuck out.
He does. Yep. Someone says trick or treat. Oh, it's like trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
And this is not what I thought Timmy Wildnuts would fucking look like when he came back, because he looks like he has like sharp teeth and like he's like a demon now.
Yeah,
he's not a little kid anymore.
No, he looks way cooler.
Yeah,
and you're like, well, now he's not called Timmy Sweetnuts. What is it? Sweetnuts?
Timmy Wildnuts.
Timmy Wildnuts.
Which I think that we've changed that since then already too.
Okay, so we got 3 different names for it.
I'm Sweet Tooth now.
So he goes after the girl, and I have Oki is like, what the fuck under the bed? Oh, Mikey. And I had to type these out until Brandy went to bed. Mm-hmm. So it was too boring, I felt like. So for one of them, the one where the Jason type guy and the claymation UFO thing.
Yeah.
I only use the voice thing.
Okay.
And it's just 2 huge paragraphs, and I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
I didn't even look at it. So
you know what? That might just be how we break that one down. I'm just gonna let you read, and then we're gonna move on.
No, I want you to do it, and then I'm gonna read the entire thing and see just how close I get to what really happened.
Okay. All right. So then, he fucking murders the boyfriend and then runs after the girl. Yeah. We don't see what happens to the girl, but we cut up to Mikey upstairs, fucking terrified, shit in his pants. We only hear what's happening to the girl.
Yes. And that's okay with me. Mm-hmm. I actually like that.
Yeah, because it gets your mind going.
Yeah. So then Sweet Tooth, you can hear him outside of Mikey's bed. And he's like, fuck that Timmy Sweet Pants.
Yep, he's like, fuck that Timmy Sweet Pants.
he's like, man, Timmy Sweet Pants sounds like he's making a ruckus down there with these fucking douchebags. Luckily, Timmy, he grabs the candy bar and jets. He's just like, peace, I'm out of here.
It's like, you did what I fucking needed you to do. You left
nice
the candy bar. Thank you.
it wasn't Smarties.
Nope.
It wasn't a bit of honey.
Nope. King size
It wasn't
carpenter bar.
Yep.
My favorite.
There you go.
Yeah, so he goes downstairs. Mikey goes downstairs to see after Sweet Tooth has left. He's taken the candy and left. Mikey goes downstairs to see both fucking girl, guy, dead. D-bag 1, D-bag 2, dead. And at the same time, the fucked up parents, the cop from fucking Heroes show up. And they're all...
And his weight fluctuates more than my, like, my mood.
Yeah.
Like, my God.
Yeah.
He's all pumped up in this.
Yeah, he's a little drunk. He's a little drunk. He comes back. He's making out with the girlfriend, wife, whatever they are, the parents, and then they see just fucking murdered people and Mikey in the middle, like.
And Mikey's just like, they ate all my candy.
Yeah, they ate all my candy, and Timmy Sweatpants showed up. And I don't know what to do. And that is the end of the first one, which I don't know the title of it. Oh no, it's Sweet Tooth. It's Sweet Tooth. It's fucking easy. Yeah. It's Sweet Tooth. It's the name of the bad guy.
I really like Sweet Tooth.
I really like Sweet Tooth as well. I think that's why we had so much to say, because I think a couple of these other ones we're going to get through pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. But I have a feeling that we'll disagree on at least one and be like, I actually really like this one.
Yeah, I don't think that you're gonna agree with my top 10, like my order.
Okay.
So.
And I'm still writing my order because I didn't do it last night, but I figured as we talked about it, I'd be like, okay. So I know what my number one is. And do you want to do it at the end or do you want to do it now?
I just figured we'd do it at the end.
Okay, that works.
So do you know the name of the second one?
I do.
Which everything is kind of transitioned. I don't know what she says, but every tale of Halloween is transitioned with the radio announcer, the DJ.
Yes.
Kind of
which I
saying
really
about
like.
Halloween.
It actually reminds me a lot of, well, first of all, obviously the fog because, but also the Christmas
Horror Story
anthology movie. Yeah, Christmas Horror Story where it's Shatner.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. What's this one called?
The Night Billy Raised Hell.
The Night Billy,
which is awesome.
Raised
fucking title for this.
To start this out, the older sister. So we open it up. There's an older sister with her younger brother, and I'm guessing the sister's boyfriend. Another douchebag. Who is that girl?
But he's dressed as Rufio.
Who is that girl? She looks so familiar.
I told you I'm not good at that.
No, because
I'm not that
I
guy
swear
anymore.
I've seen her in another movie, and like I always thought that she was super attractive, and I was like, who is that? And I couldn't fucking find her in IMDb, and I just gave up after a while because I had to type notes. Like you can't, this doesn't give you much opportunity to dig into these movies because you're fucking typing so much.
No, I felt like these first few, especially, I felt like because they obviously are trying to put so much story into like 8 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That I felt like I was just typing like a madman.
Yeah. So yeah, the kid wants to go fucking trick or treating. It's still daylight outside, and like even the boyfriend's like, come on, what the fuck is your problem? Like,
yeah, you faggot. Does he call him that or no? A retard. I'm sorry. He calls him a retard. I knew it was something offensive.
Okay. I would say
he literally calls him a retard. I was sitting there like, holy shit, did he really just call him a retard? Like,
yeah,
you don't hear that very often anymore.
You don't hear either one of those words very often anymore.
No, you really don't.
In a good way. Once again, Brad and Grant, whatever the name of this podcast is, we're not political. We're right down the middle. Brad's just quoting the movie, so don't get all fucking angry about it.
Yes.
So yeah, I read the wrong one. So now, so he wants to go out during the day, and the boyfriend's like, "You fucking idiot! Like, why don't you prank people? Why don't you fucking grow up? Stop asking for candy. Fucking grow up, and we're gonna prank people. That's what we're gonna do."
Yeah, he's like, "You're a retard because you dressed up." That's what he says. He's like, and the kid's in a devil costume, and he's dressed like Rufio.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
so it's like, well,
the boyfriend was dressed up. I don't know why he has such a fucking problem with the kid going trick or treating.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a devil. You're the fifth lead in a fucking movie from 1992 that has a really good pinball machine. And
the boyfriend wants to bang his mom as well. That's a joke that is made. So obviously we never see the mom in this, but the mom is attractive.
Yes.
She's talked about she's talked about around town.
Yes, and I actually loved that joke reoccurring in this.
So then he's just like, it's a fucking tradition. You see your neighbor? Fucking throw these fucking eggs at it, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like, just do it. Just do it.
And he's like, why would I? Oh, God. And the sister doesn't give a fuck for some reason.
You know
She's
what he
just
says? He's like, I'm going to tell everyone you pissed your pants, and you're going to be called Billy Piss Pants.
Billy Piss
something
Pants.
like that.
Because I'm fucking original, huh?
Yeah, Billy Piss Pants. You better go up to that house, Billy Piss Pants.
Yeah, that's your neighbor. Fucking hit him. Just fucking hit him with an egg. So
yeah, it doesn't matter. He's old. Fuck it.
Yeah, old people are hilarious.
Rufio. Rufio.
Oh, we're only doing it twice. Okay. So then the guy,
I'm okay with it.
The neighbor comes out as the kid's fucking throwing an egg, hits the old dude right in the fucking face. It's like, what the fuck, man? That's my. I don't know if he said that. That's my old. That's my old man. Oh, is that a chicken egg?
But what happens? Sorry, he's laughing now. Like has that cough back from when I got that cold a couple weeks ago. The old man is like, "Fuck this! I'm so tired of it." And he's like, "I'm gonna show you fucking how a prank is." He grabs an egg and he fucking hits Rufio with it. And you're like, "What's going on in this?" And you can take it from here. Oh, he says, "I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what a real Halloween prank is." You little shit.
Yeah.
And
so what he does is he fucking brings the kid in. He's like, tonight we're gonna go out on the town, fucking Billy Piss Pants. And Billy, I don't think Billy has much of a reaction. Like now Billy's in this old man's house.
But the old man's voice and energy is awesome.
Yeah, the old man's like, great.
Oh, well.
And does he take off his hat at this point with the reveal, or do we wait for that a little bit that he has horns?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because his face looks a little bit weird. He doesn't look completely human either.
No, he definitely looks demonic.
Yeah,
and I think he might take his hat off. But his energy, he's like a fun demonic.
Yeah.
But
he's fun. He wants to show Billy what kind of mischief he can get into on Devil's Night.
Yes.
And if you notice, here's another one for you, Brad, as they walk out of the house to get this shindig started. And I'm so mad I can't remember her name. They pass by and the devil does a little wave and he watches her walk by. It's Angela from Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's like in a black cat costume or some bullshit. So yeah, that's another quick one.
I would never have in a million years. Like, how did you even know that?
She walked by and I saw her. I know what she looks like, but I can't remember her fucking name.
Okay.
So they go to the first house and the guy, it's a dentist. The ones that we hate the most. It's like dentists and fucking people who give the UNICEF pennies and all that. So like,
yeah,
the guy's like, you shouldn't have candy, young man. That'll cause cavities. And he gives them a fucking toothbrush.
Yep.
But the devil, or I guess the old man's like, that ain't cool, bro. Hold on.
He's like, oh, wait. He almost has a Mr. Bean type voice.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, Billy. And he takes a knife out and he fashions the toothbrush into like a shank.
It's a shank, yeah.
and so they knock on the door again. The dentist comes out and they fucking kill him.
Yeah, they just fucking stab him right in the dick too. It's not in the stomach. He stabs his dick.
Oh, I guess he does stab his dick. Okay.
Yeah. So now they're just so then like it cuts to them like walking through a yard. With like ghosts, like there's sheets like shaped like ghosts. They're just dumping gasoline on it and lighting the shit on fire.
So he starts off just hitting it, and the old man's like, boring. So then Billy's like, all right, well, I'll go get the gas can. So even as he's pouring gas, the fucking old man's yawning.
Mm-hmm. And
like,
then
this isn't good enough.
This is the shit that makes me laugh. So it cuts to that. Like the pranks are already like they stab a dude in his dick, they light some shit on fire in a yard. Then fucking they're crossing the street and I think they scare
hold on. Before that happens though, his sister comes up and she's like, Billy, what the fuck are you doing with that gas? So he picks up a rock and hits her right in the face with it.
I'll say that's the last we see of the sister, right?
And fucking Rufio's like, what the fuck is going on here? And so it's great. But yes, go on. So the next scene.
Yeah, so like I think they like scare some little kids and they drop the candy. and like Billy Piss Pants just kind of like goes to pick it up, and then I don't know how he gets it. I think that the old man just gives him a gun, and he starts fucking firing on little kids.
It's so fucked up.
Like he just starts shooting these kids and trying to take their candy. Now you don't see a kid actually get shot, but he's shooting towards the children.
Yes, it's hilarious, and it goes so off the rails so quickly.
Yeah,
like the dentist was one thing, and then he kind of calms it down, and then all of a sudden he's just like, "Oh, there's a bunch of kids around. I'm going to shoot people.
I'm going to shoot people with this gun,
with this little revolver handgun." It's awesome. It's amazing.
And the next scene, I don't know why it happened. I don't know if it's just like they had a friend of a friend of a friend that knew Adrian Curry, but the old man lays down.
First they hold up a store.
Oh, no, I do have that.
They hold up the convenience store.
He's straight up shooting people and robbing people. So yeah, they rob a convenience store, and I think they shoot him too. I think after he gives them the money, they still like pop like right there, like
they're just fucking killing everybody.
Yeah. So then, the old man lays down in the middle of the road with the old hurt trick to get people to stop so they can steal their car.
This is probably my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah. So then, a car pulls up, a young girl gets out of it. She's wearing a Halloween costume. So they fucking pull a gun on her and they go to steal her car. And then the old man realizes.
She's pretty calm about it.
Yeah. The old man realizes that it's, what was she even on? Like, was it America's Top Model first?
I think it was.
And then she went to the Surreal Life.
Yeah. And he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Aren't you Adrian Curry?
And then she's like, yeah. And then he fucking has her like sign something.
He's a big fan.
And then he's like, how many Twitter followers do you have? She's like, I don't know, like 500,000.
He's like,
500,001. Like it was so unneeded.
He's
That's
so
why it's
proud
just
of
like,
himself.
it's like my friend knows Adrian Curry. Can she be in the movie? And they went like, we'll write a scene. I don't know.
Oh, so good though. It's like, no, 500,000. I love it.
Yeah. And then I wrote a unlegible note that says I'm guessing that's murder. I put trying to murder children. I don't know why I wrote that.
He's just going through in the car that they stole from Agent Curry and just mowing kids down.
Mowing the kids down. Yeah, he's just trying to hit people.
It doesn't matter where they are, sidewalk or what, they're just killing people.
Yeah. And then they try, at first you just see the flaming bag of poop. The old classic flaming bag of poop where you light a bag of dog shit on fire. The person's going to come out to stamp on it and they're going to get shit all over their leg.
Right.
But instead of poop, it's a fucking bear trap that was lit on fire.
Yeah. So when the guy goes to stamp it out, he loses his leg.
Yeah, and he's still on fire no matter what happens.
And it kind of looks like the dentist.
Yeah.
It might be.
So then all this fucking mischief happens. They fucking murder. At one point, they're spraying like Billy Elliot, or Billy Elliot's like a movie, isn't it? But it's like Billy Piss Pants.
Whatever.
Yeah, Billy Piss Pants owns the night. Like they spray painted it on something.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
So then, by the time they get home, here's the reveal, Brad.
I think it might have been Billy Thompson owns the night on somebody's garage door.
Yeah. So they have a name out there, but here's where the swerve happens, Brad. It's not Billy.
Mm-mm.
He hasn't been doing any of this.
It was Mordecai.
Was that really his name?
Yeah.
Outlander! So then, so it was like a demon, and then this is obviously the devil that's been doing this whole trick-or-treating experience. What are you laughing about?
I didn't say Malachi, I said Mordecai.
Every once in a while there's...
You were like, Outlander, and I was like, that's not what I said.
Every once in a while here on GBGG, we make a mistake and we need to retract that.
Oh, so, no, that was better.
Well, now it makes sense that you just gave me a fucking blank stare after I said it.
No, my blank stare was me trying not to spit my water out. That was awesome.
The
fact that you said Outlander, because it took me a second to
put it together.
Like, Malachi, Mordecai, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a demon. They tied Billy up, and now they've put the costume back on Billy, and they sent him outside for the fucking police to show up and take him away.
Yes.
And at the end, hit me with a little Mr. Bean talking about what he wants to do to Billy's mom.
Oh, what does he say?
He's like, now your mom's gonna have a lot of free time on her hands.
Oh, that's yeah.
And then he does like the tongue thing, like.
Oh yeah, dude, this guy's the best.
Yeah, this
he's
one
right
is
up
fucking.
There with Sal for me.
He's very ridiculous.
Definitely the star of the movie.
Yeah, it's very ridiculous, but I liked it. I liked it a
Me
lot.
too. I love this
I
one.
think it's because it's so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because you can't believe what you're seeing when a gun pops out of nowhere and he's shooting children.
This is my favorite one. This is my number one. I'll just go ahead and say that.
Okay.
Every time I look forward to this one. Like, I know that, like, I know I like this movie, but, like, this is, like, the one I'm waiting for. And I'm always surprised it's the second one in.
Yeah. Yeah, this was what was the name of it?
The Night Billy Raised Hell.
Okay, Billy Piss Pants.
Yep.
Okay. So then we get to our third one.
I do not have nearly as many notes for this one.
I don't either.
Okay.
We start out by seeing a bunch of drug addicts just fucking sitting around watching Night of Living
Well,
Dead.
they're just getting high, right?
I know. It just made me laugh.
Oh, okay. Not to say that I do, but like...
yeah, no, they're just smoking a little bit of weed. It's Halloween night. They're having a little, what was it, rum and cider or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
The guy's such a douchebag,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah, and he's holding his phone and he's like showing pictures to the girls and like, that's gross. Get away from me. But you don't see what he showed him.
No.
And then, so which this made me laugh. You find out later why I shouldn't have laughed, but it made me laugh when he's just like, because people are trick or treating and they have to get up. Like each one takes turns getting up to give candy to the kids. It's like 4 middle-aged people, and they're like, "There's a whole lot of fucking pirates out there." The one guy goes, "Well, maybe they're all just missing eyes." Because the eye, like it got me just because they're all wearing eye patches.
That's
So
that's
then,
pretty funny.
yeah,
I didn't even catch on to that.
Oh
so
yeah. So then there's so you hear ding dong, and fucking the guy gets up to answer the door, and there's just like this little girl dressed as like not a little girl. It's a girl. It's an adolescent.
Yeah, she's 12.
Yeah,
14, something like that.
She's just sitting there. She's got these big rim glasses. She looks like the girl from Trick or Treat, just dressed in a witch costume, just staring at him, just like kind of mouth breathing.
Yeah. Yeah, almost like she you would need a tissue.
Yeah. And then there's kind of that weird, like he stares at her, like, "Can I help you?" Like
I just thought of Billy Bob Thornton asking, "Can I get you a snot rag?" to Thurman Merman.
That's a Thurman Merman. You pulled that shit out pretty quick. Yeah, and then she just fucking stabs him. Boom, bam.
Yeah. It's like several times too. Like, and like, it's so odd because she doesn't have like any power, so she just does it a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Just like real quick. I actually love that scene of her just like, all right, now I'm gonna do it. Now I'm gonna do it. And you're just like, whoa. Especially the first time you see it, you're like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, and then he turns around, intestines out, like, and then everybody kind of takes a second of like, what the fuck just happened? You all right?
Yeah, yo,
hey,
dude,
we're drinking over here.
Yeah, you're ruining Halloween for us.
They go, oh shit! They realize this motherfucker got stabbed. One girl, like,
I gotta go get the keys.
Yeah, his girlfriend is like, I gotta go get the
car.
keys, and I'm guessing that she was gonna try to take him to the hospital. Like
Yeah,
she ran all the way outside before she looked for these keys.
This is the first time that you should know that something's up because they're like, you should call 911. They're like, no, just get the car.
Yeah, I guess you're right. She goes outside and she fucking drops her purse.
Keys.
Or is that what it is?
Yeah, she's like, oh, fuck, I don't have any keys.
And then this scene made me laugh, too, because it was just like, she's kind of standing there, and then all these fucking trick-or-treaters just like, just like come up and start stabbing her every part of her body.
Well, somebody grabs her from underneath the car.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And she it gets laid out, and then all of a sudden there's more trick-or-treaters, and they start fucking with her. Like, do they stab her? Is that right?
Yeah.
I think I was
all over her body. Like, so 2 people now have been stabbed by a horde of trick-or-treaters.
Yes. Which is horrifying.
Yes. And then she comes back. Like, I think that the other people try to escape from the pool or something, or escape in the back, and they see her, like, just fucking fall into the pool. Like, she didn't die from all this stabbing. But then this one fucking made me laugh. One of them, the kids fucking light on fire and then also shove rat poisoning down his mouth.
Yeah.
Just to make sure he's fucking dead.
great. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with these kids?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one girl, and she runs, and she's hiding, and she's that starts to dial 911. She's like, fuck it, I'm gonna dial 911. And then she's like, nah, man.
Yeah, I can't.
You see her hesitation. She's like, I can't because I fucked up.
Because
I done fucked up.
And then it cuts to her phone. And she's deleting all these fucking photos. And the photos have her and her friends torturing children. And I'm guessing killing them. Or just taking out their eye. I don't exactly know what they're doing.
Or at least taking out an eye.
Yeah, they're taking out kids' eyes. And now that eye comment makes more sense. And it's kind of, in a dark way.
And I love that there's one kid that comes in and he's like, you know what? I should wash my hands.
Yeah, I like that scene.
Yeah, he's just like, because he puts his like big knife down and it's just like, all right, time to get some suds going here and just kind of wash away the day.
Yeah. And then so basically, yeah, all the kids find her in that room.
Oh, and then the devil eats a piece of candy and then leaves the wrapper on one of the dead bodies.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. Oh,
yeah, you're probably typing.
Yeah,
I feel like I've missed stuff from typing so much for these first couple.
Yeah, yeah, but all the trick or treaters find her in this secret room where they fucking tie children down and take out their eyes, and there's still a girl there. Like they were sitting there drinking and getting high with a fucking little girl sitting on a table, being strapped down to a table.
Right.
And they let the little girl down, and they give her a weapon. And she has a one-liner here.
I don't have it.
She's just like, I don't know, happy Halloween, motherfucker, or like trick or treat, motherfucker. It's one of those things.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. And then she fucking just sticks it right in the woman's head, dead.
Yeah. So this one is probably the best swerve.
Yeah.
And it's really good story because especially the first time you're watching it. Obviously, on repeat watches, it's not going to be as powerful, but it is really good.
It's the one that I remember the first time I watched it.
Okay,
but now it's not one of my favorites.
It's still up there for me. I do like it a lot because it's probably the best literal like fucked up story.
Yeah, and it encompasses everything. You have trick-or-treaters, you have Halloween, and then you have somebody doing something even more like devilish or evil or something like that.
Yeah. And like I said, on repeat watches, it's not going to be as powerful. But if we had just watched this the first time, I think that we would be like, this was really fucking good.
Yeah. Okay, I might have to rearrange some of my shit. You might be talking it up a little bit.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
So then we get to the next one, which... So it starts out... Yeah, what's it called?
Oh, I'm sorry. The last one was called Trick.
Trick, okay.
And then this one is called The Weak and the Wicked.
The Weak and the Wicked. Actually, I'm going to write these down real quick.
Okay. Oh, now we got some Doogie shit going.
What's the second one called?
The Night Billy Raised Hell.
Some Doogie shit? What are you talking about?
You ever watch Doogie Howser?
Yeah. Well,
remember at the end of each episode, it was like him typing his computer.
He would start typing? Is that what it looks like I'm doing?
No, it just sounds like it.
All right, what's this dumb one called?
The Weak and the Wicked. Oh, you don't like this one either?
Not at all, but we can go through it.
Yeah.
So there's like a kid dressed as a cowboy, which is probably the only thing that's fucking has anything to do with Halloween in this one.
Yes, I would agree.
There's like a kid dressed as a cowboy eating Halloween candy from the ground, and like these two guys are like, "Hey there, partner."
Yes. Hey, what you got there, partner?
Yeah.
A Milky Way?
You don't want the girl to come because the girl's scary.
Yeah. And I look like somebody in a Disney movie. Because he does. He looks like what's that movie called? The one that all the girl they like and they played the kids of the
what?
they play the kids of the princes and the princesses.
What?
Like Jafar's kid.
Oh, Descendants?
The Descendants.
The Descendants?
Yeah, he looks like one of the Descendants.
Okay.
The Descendants.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we done with
this?
this?
I can't believe I couldn't think of that.
Are we done with this one now then?
This number 4?
Yeah, are we done with it? Did we say
you
what we
want
needed to say? No, I'm just joking.
Oh yeah, that we can be done with it. Like this is dog shit. This.
So
Like if you watch this movie and you haven't seen it yet, just fucking skip this one.
So like they fucking like they put him down to the ground, and this fucking girl shows up, and she's like, "Hey man," and she's got like this.
Cigars.
Yeah, I smoke cigars, and guess
I'm
what?
fucking hardcore.
I'm a fucking girl, so like you gotta listen to what I say, or I'm gonna burn your tootsies, aren't I? You like your tootsies, don't you? Yeah, but I have another word for your fucking foot, but I forget what it is right now, so I'm just gonna keep calling it tootsies, because that's what I'm gonna burn.
You have a Tootsie Roll in there?
Yeah.
Or a Tootsie Pop?
Yeah, because I'm gonna burn the tootsies. I'm a girl.
And I smoke cigars. Just in case you hadn't seen it.
Yeah, they want you to know that this fucking girl is tough.
Tough as balls.
Yeah, so I fucked up once again, and I put is interpreted by or interrupted. Okay, is interrupted by a horn guy with a watch. He has something carved in his head.
Yeah. He has like a Viking mask on.
Yeah, so
he has all kinds of shit on his jacket.
Yeah, so these guys were about to burn this fucking cowboy's foot, and then the horn guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, yo, bitch!" And then like they all stop and they like turn, and the cowboy fucking runs away. And yeah, this guy, he's got a fucking bike helmet on with like a scarf with shit cut out and like these fucking horns.
You know what it
on.
reminded me of? Is the dude from Murder Party. His costume cut out.
Yeah. And like he gives her a picture, like a drawing of a devil. She's like, "I don't give a fuck about this. This is just drawing. Did you see my cigar? Did you see it?
Yeah, I'm way too tough for drawings."
Yeah. And then he kind of like is just like, "Well, that's all I got. Like, I thought you'd be fucked up." Like
he's like, "This was my beginning, middle, and end."
Yeah, like that's what I got. And so they all chase him. They get on their fucking BMX bikes and chase him. And then
and there's just this terrible metal music going on that we would have liked in like 2004. Yeah, it's like the worst "Every Time I Die" song you've ever heard.
And so they're all running away, and my note is, what is even going on right now? And then so like I think he gets to a place where he can hide, and he has this memory of fucking where he lives being burned down, and his parents were in it, like it was a trailer, like an RV type thing.
Yeah, he's like, "Mother, father,
oh, not fire, father.
Why have you burnt up my mother and father, girl?" And it shows the girl's all young with her two sidekick with the Descendants guys.
They're all painted up.
He's all looking all tough, and he's like, "Girl, fuck, I'm way too tough now.
It's like, girl,
I think I'm gonna smoke cigars when I get older."
It's like, "Oh, that'll be real good." And the other guy's like, "Yeah, that'll be really good." And she's like, yeah, I'll smoke a cigar.
I think it would be pretty tough. What about you guys?
I mean, like, do you think it'd be pretty tough? Because I think it'd be pretty. And the other guy's like, "Yeah, it'd be pretty tough."
I'm scared already.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
Even the kid who's sitting there watching his parents, like, I'd be pretty scared.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, if this ever comes back around to us later on, that'd be pretty fucking scary, actually. You did burn my parents' house down.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty frightening already.
Even though we're not going to get any backstory onto why the fuck you burnt my parents' house down, or how the fuck I got away, or why the fuck you're still messing with me.
Where I've been all this time, and the girl's like, "You're little Jimmy Henson."
Yeah.
I don't know how I didn't know that.
Hey, guess what? I took your advice. Cigar. And the guys are like, "Well, we got BMX bikes. Like, that's pretty tough."
The guys are like, "Wait a minute, we agreed to that too. Like, why is Jimmy Henson getting all the fucking credit for this?"
We have obviously stayed around for like fucking like 15 years around you, and you know how bad you smell. Like, we stay around all the time with you and your cigar.
We're like besties.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think that he wants to fuck. I don't want to fuck her. You want to fuck her. He's like, no. You said you want to fuck her. He's like, no. You said it.
I strictly remember you saying.
The guy's like, "Whoa! Did you see the drawing?"
Jimmy Henson's basically a fucking artiste.
Yeah, and so then, like the trailer.
My line here is literally little Jimmy Henson. He says more shit and they beat him.
Yeah, and so they fucking and then they
demon comes and blows.
Well, they pour the vodka on him. Like, where did the vodka come from? Like, there's been no vodka anywhere, and then she just reaches off. And
they had vodka at the beginning.
They did.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so then she pours it on him, and she's about to light him on fire, and then the drawing's like, "No, that was a devil, bro." And then a fucking like cool looking demon. I didn't mind the demon or whatever it was.
Sure.
It shows up and fucking it rips all them apart. You don't see it. All you see is blood splatter on fucking the guy.
Yeah, just bad. I mean, when you only have to make like a 9-minute movie
Yeah.
and it's a major release, like it has to be better than this.
Well, even
However, this is not my least favorite.
really,
No.
I think you can kind of tell. This is my number 10.
Okay, this is my number 9.
Okay, so then we get to the next one. Is this the No
this
Eyes
is
or
called
something?
Grim Grinning Ghost.
Grim Grinning Ghost. Say that.
Yes.
Why type? Say that 3 times fast.
Grim Grinning Ghost. Grim Grinning Ghost. Grim Grinning Ghost. Boom, baby.
You did better than I thought. And I typed Grim for Grinning Ghost, so I didn't even type it correctly.
Works, Doogie.
What was that song? Was that the like dun 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 dun? What?
I have it in my head, but like I can't seem to like.
Yeah, I started singing the Gremlins theme. Dun
Yeah,
dun 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 dun.
Doesn't it like?
Dun, dun. I know, but yeah, I can't say it out loud what it is. All right, so there's a bunch of people at a Halloween party dressed in costume, and we have the chick from Kingpin. She's giving tarot card readings or reading fortunes or whatever the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
And she tells a story about Mary Bailey, and all I got out of that's it. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
So Mary Bailey was laughed at because she.
This is how much I was paying attention to this one because I had a beer and I gotten another one and I went to pick up the beer.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the empty one and it wasn't and I just flat out dropped it.
Did you spill it? Like, was it open?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was between the couch and the end table.
Ooh.
And I was like, fuck. Like, I don't know why I did it. Like, but the way I picked it up was so haphazardly that like there was no way I was holding on to this full beer.
Yeah. It's one of those mistakes too where you had a beer, so do you ever like?
Yeah, this was literally like my second beer. Like,
yeah, do you ever make mistakes like after a couple of drinks and you're like, I'm not even drunk. Like I made an honest mistake.
Yeah, it was literally an honest mistake that I paid for because trying to clean it up was awkward, and so this one I barely paid attention to.
Okay, so all I got is that she was laughed at because she had a disfigured face. We pull out one of the guys is famous. I can't remember his name. It's like Mick something. He like wrote Critters 2 and he did some other stuff.
Okay.
And Barbara Crampton's in this one though. Second week in a row or second episode in a row where we've talked about Barbara Crampton. Yeah, she's in the background. She's not in it very long. They all fucking leave the party after this ghost story of Mary Bailey. And she's like, hey man, like, you gonna drive that piece of shit car home? And the main girl's like, that piece of shit car is great. I'm gonna drive it home. That's cool, right? And she's like, yeah, give me a hug. And then they hug. And then she drives a piece of shit car home and it stalls.
Yes. Well, she almost gets into an accident, right?
Yeah, she has to like kind of hit the brakes because she almost hits this car that's like at the cross, and so then it stalls and she's like, motherfucker. Then she accidentally, she leaves her phone like underneath the hood and then she slams the hood and breaks her phone, so she's fucked at this point. She has to walk home.
She's like, I am not having a good night.
She's like, you know what? I was having a great Halloween night. Now I'm not.
What did that just remind me of? Oh, gosh. That voice was perfect for, I don't know. Oh. I hope you can forgive me. He's like, I don't know. What is that? Oh.
Dun, 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 dun. So she fucking,
I can't think of anything.
So she has to walk home. And she fucking gets followed, and there's like a creepy shadow following her. And then there is a really cool shot of her like running faster to her house, and like it looks like there's these hands like behind her coming at her.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and then she gets to the door and goes inside, and then like
brushes her teeth.
Yeah, and then she sits back down on the couch.
She gets a cup out of the fucking medicine cabinet so she can, wash the toothpaste out of her mouth, which is just riveting.
Yeah, nothing. Not.
There's tension building.
Yeah, and then I mean, I guess Mary Bailey shows up when she's watching TV.
She is watching Night of the Living Dead, which is a running theme through the movie. Whenever somebody is watching something, and I think more people that we haven't said it. Let me look back here.
Well, I think that
the four couples getting high on Trick, they were watching Night of the Living Dead too.
Well, this is a fun fact, and I don't know if this is why they did it, but I think that Night of the Living Dead is in public domain.
It is.
So you can watch that movie, or you can put it in things for free.
It's often in horror movies. That's a movie that people are watching, but it is a recurring theme that everybody's watching the same movie.
The whole
night.
Yeah, I mean the reason why, like, I mean nothing happens in this one.
Yeah,
just nothing happens. Like, I mean, there is some tension build up, but there's no payoff.
Yeah, she pets the dog. Dog goes away. All of a sudden, something was there, and this is when Brandy was like, "That was freaky," and then she went to bed. But it was just, she was just scared of the person. You know what it was? It was basically like, dude, you know that shot in Stir of Echoes where Kevin Bacon's sitting on the couch and all of a sudden the tension's building for like 45 fucking minutes, because I like Stir of Echoes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he leans back and the fucking girl's there. They did that exact shot. They ripped off the Kevin Bacon Stir of Echoes shot. That is a money shot.
Yeah.
For 45 or 50 minutes of what the fuck is going on in this movie? Is something going to happen? And finally it pays off, and it scares the shit out of you the first time you watch Stir of Echoes, and they stole it and fucked them.
Well, that's going to be the little teaser part that I put on Instagram. Just you going on a Stir of Echoes rant. So this smashes right into, I don't think that there is like a scene, like a radio scene in between these two. I think this goes right into, like, you hear a doorbell ring or something.
And the name of this one is Ding Dong.
Ding Dong. Okay. So Ding Dong starts with like a doorbell ring, and there's like a weird, like, fucking creepy hand, like on black, I think is how it starts out. Like a red hand. And you find out that the doorbell ring is because it's Halloween and kids is trick-or-treating. That's what you do on Halloween.
I think it comes up and it says Jack and Bobby's house last Halloween.
Oh, yeah, it does give you a little info. Yeah. So it's a husband and wife, but it was last year. It's not current. And the wife's crying.
Very upset.
Yeah, I can't look at all the fucking kids. Just look at them. I can't have one. I can't have one.
I don't. I just want.
I can't have one.
Jack, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, and he's just like, I don't know. I got this fucking candy. Like, I should give it to him, right? Oh no.
Yeah,
no, he doesn't. He brings the dog in. It's not candy at all. I had to read my next note.
Let me see here.
Yeah, he brings the dog in, and the dog's dressed up like it has like a blonde wig. It looks like a little girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, look at this shit, though. I know you can't have a kid, but fucking dogs with costumes are hilarious.
Yeah, and he's like, plus I'm dressed like Hansel and stuff. And
yeah, come on.
Gretel and the child. And all of a sudden she's red-faced and pissed and fire. And she's demonic, and she's like, I don't like you. And everything.
Yeah, she loses her shit, turns red, and like fucking comes after him. Then it goes to present day. And the guy is now, it's Halloween again. The guy is dressed up like a small little wee German child. I wish I knew I wish I knew the word for German child, but it's probably like it's probably Schnottenstein.
Sprachen.
Yeah, it's a Sprachen. It's a doodle Sprachen. And he's like, and she's dressed up as a witch, just a normal fucking witch, but she's like super fucking happy now. She's like, it's Halloween, come on, the doorbell rang, we gotta go. And he's like, well, Sprachensta. Für Anfuf, für Undfuf. So, but the husband does not, like, he's walking on fucking eggshells here. He doesn't know what to do, but he looks like
he doesn't know where to sit or wind his watch.
Yeah, he fucking looks like an idiot. And so, doorbell rings, and she has like a whole spiel. Like, she walks up and she's like, well, hello, little kitty.
Yeah, she pushes up her tits every time.
Oh, yeah,
she's
yeah.
Like, she's ready.
Yeah. She pushes up the boob. She gets everything ready. She's like, hello, children. Oh, my stomach's a little queasy. And she fucking like has this gag where she pulls out like a pigtail or a ponytail out. And she's like,
yeah, I've been eating kids.
Yeah, I just, hilarity. And then so, and that goes on. And then it keeps showing her boobs and all this stuff. And the night goes on. And then it goes downhill very quickly because she sees a little girl that's dressed up like a little Sprockenstein female.
Yes.
Like a Gretel, if you will. If you're familiar with the Grimm's tale.
Yes.
And
I honestly, I couldn't figure out if her kid if they had a child that died.
Mm-hmm. I just thought she couldn't have it. Like,
that's
something.
what I believe is correct. But
you find out why they can't have it here pretty soon.
Yes.
So they can't have kids, and she's all fucking sad. So now she goes back into Evil Witch, and she's like, I'm going to go make cookies. And he still hasn't said shit yet. Like, he will not cross this woman at all. And so she bakes the cookies. She sets the oven to 666 degrees, which is not right. Like, you wouldn't bake cookies to that temperature. So that doesn't make any sense.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's a fucking stupid.
It's not even clever.
It's a rookie move is what it is.
It is very rookie. And the person that made this movie, I'm a huge fan of. But
who made it?
Lucky McKee, the guy that did May and All Cheerleaders Die.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the only that's the only scene I know that of who did it.
Okay.
Somebody else might have done something way better. I don't know.
And then, she starts to make cookies, and she keeps bringing out these like shitty looking cookies. And then my next note is just that now there's a little German kid.
Yeah, little Hansel's at the door or something.
Okay. They come to the door.
Or I don't know. I don't know if it's Hansel or I don't know if it is a Hansel. I don't know.
He says guy tries to help him. Oh yeah, because he comes down. The mother like lost the boy, and so like the fucking Spreckenstein is trying to help him.
Yeah,
like is this anybody's fucking kid? Like, will
is
somebody be a parent?
Yours?
Yeah.
And
that's what he says. Is this one yours?
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
You just ruined my only chance at ever being a mom.
Yeah, because it's completely normal to just see a kid for 5 seconds and think it's okay to steal them, and their parents will never find out.
Right.
But yeah, the wife is not happy because she wants to keep him. She's just like, this is my baby now. Baby mine. No more cookies. Baby mine. Right. But the parent comes, and then like she kind of gives her a side eye of like, were you about to steal my fucking kid? Like, come on. Come on.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and your husband's dressed like a douchebag, so like figure your shit out. And then he's like, and then finally the husband, like, they shut the door and she's all pissed. Like, that was my one shot, you dickhole. He's like, you know what, bitch? Speaking of dickholes, I got a vasectomy, okay? And I didn't tell you.
Because you're mean to me.
Yeah, you're fucking
He literally
mean.
says that. Like, you're not very nice to me.
Yeah, so you know what? I chopped pee-pee. That's what I did. Sorry. And
then she becomes a red demon again.
She turns into Mega Witch, and all these arms come out of her, and she turns red, and she shoves him in the fucking oven. She's like, get in there.
Yeah, also it's the deepest oven you ever saw in your life.
And he's like, if
it goes up to 666.
If you put me in the oven, we can never make babies, right? Like, this shit's reversible. Like, calm the fuck down. She's like, oven, get in the oven, Spreckenstein. And then for some reason, I don't even know why this happens.
I fucking hate this one.
She starts melting.
I hate this one so much.
She starts
This is my least favorite one.
Really?
She does start fucking... I hate this one.
Oh, God.
It is so boring.
Oh, you and I are going to have some words when we rank this shit.
Oh, my God. I fucking hate this one so much. It's so boring. It doesn't do a good job explaining anything.
Yeah.
The 666 thing is stupid. I hate this one. And I'm sure there's other people like you that fucking love this one.
Yeah.
I am just like, meh as fuck on this one. Oh.
All right. Moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
There's a guy. He's a neighborhood haunter. If you're familiar with those. Are you familiar with those, Brad?
I always think of Home Improvement with Tim the Toolman Taylor versus I think it's Doc Johnson, his neighbor, who they have Christmas light wars every year. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking about that with this one.
What is this one called?
Oh, I'm sorry. This means war.
Okay. So yeah, we have a neighborhood haunter. It's a person that likes to decorate their house for Halloween. Like,
and he's super like normal looking. He's the kind of guy that wears like a turtleneck with a tech vest.
Yes. And side note, there is a really good movie called The American Scream. It's really hard to find now, but it was on Amazon for a while. It's a documentary about people that do this every year, and it's fucking fantastic if anybody can find it or if you've never seen it.
There's a lot of these out there now. Yeah. There's a bunch of them on Hulu and stuff like that. So they are really cool, but once you've seen a couple, you don't want to watch it anymore is the problem.
So yeah, it's people that take Halloween very seriously, and they decorate their yard, and they want people to come and enjoy. Like, they make like a little haunted house, or they go all out on their own property. Like, they just,
and they give the full size candy bars.
Yeah, they love Halloween. So it's a normal like white looking dude, just like as fucking vanilla as you can be. He's decorating his house. Obviously, he does this every year, and he's
way too many gravestones, though, right?
I mean, there are a lot. I think he was trying to be a little bit too cute. I didn't get any of the names, but I'm sure it's like There Be Bones and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Drac You Lar or something like that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, but then like a new family, like a new person.
No, I love the introduction to these people.
Well, they just like pull up. I don't know if they just bought the house or what they're doing.
Oh, no. It seems like they've lived there for a while because later he says, I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. But like when they show up, it's like when Jay and Silent Bob show up in Mallrats and the music starts, and it's like not station. It's like these dudes show up and just like they just start like pumping up the music, and they basically get out just playing fucking air guitar.
Just headbanging.
It's the best introduction to people in this whole thing, besides the old man.
And real quick, that is the guy. That's the guy from like Independence Day, right? Or am I wrong on that?
Yeah, and Doom Generation.
Yeah, Doom Generation.
Like yeah.
Yeah, so like they're just fucking like just a bunch of people with long hair.
Darko. He's Frank, right?
Oh yeah, it's Donnie Darko.
Yeah,
and they're just metal. That's what they're doing all the time, like boom boom, and the guy's just trying to like hammer his like plastic skeleton into the yard. Like, guys, could you cut it out? It's the neighborhood.
This is uncalled.
The neighborhood was fine until the hooligans moved in.
You sound like oh god, what was that?
This is like the third time you've done that on this episode.
It's kind of like this Don Knotts thing. Is it Doug? Is it somebody in Doug that like Doug's dad?
Oh, actually, that does sound. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the guy is not happy, and I actually have the note: white dude, and I spelled it wrong. Annoyed happy. I don't know why it's so hard to spell. Ain't there's 4 letters in it, but so then like they start decorating, and they're like it's completely different. I feel like the guy's a traditional, like he has regular stuff in. They got blood everywhere and dead babies and fucking metal.
They're
music
decorating for their party.
Yeah,
he's
Satan.
Decorating for trick or treaters.
Yes, which I found out they're having a party. And he's got the old gag where he's the talking, he's the voice for the skeleton, and he's like
the animatronic skeleton, which is actually really cool.
Yeah, he's like happy Halloween.
And he's doing the corny jokes like what you're talking about with the fucking names on the
Yeah. So it's but next door, and
so people are just like flat out headbanging.
Yeah, they're
like,
just
like from like Wayne's World scene of when they go see Alice Cooper and shit.
Yeah, that's all. It's just heads.
Or it's Ace Ventura when he's like he's trying to talk to somebody and to go see the clown chowder guy,
and he's just like everybody's just going fucking nuts, and like the guy loses it. He's like, fuck these people. I'm going. Well, I never. And then he walks across the fucking the road, and he's just like, will you guys stop it? And they're like, fuck you, old man. Like, we're having a party. He has a great line. The guy's girlfriend is fucking all dressed up, and she's got her tits like pushed up, and they're like open and they're out there. And he goes, it's like after 10 o'clock. The dairy should be closed, ma'am. So yeah, he's just like, fuck you, old man. Like, if she wants to put him out there, put him out there. Fucking, we're partying. It's Halloween. I fucking love Halloween, bruh.
Yeah,
You
it's
should
my
understand.
favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Metal.
Yeah. Bah, 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 bah. And he's like, stop screaming music at me, please. And, so then,
Yeah, he literally says, kids are running from his house because it's too metal. Ask to turn the music down. He says, I like to help him out, but it's fucking Halloween. And he's like, I've been doing this display for 20 years. And he's like, oh, you have a kiddie show. And then he runs off. He starts fucking with his shit.
Yeah. Yeah, at first he doesn't really go to it. It seems like he's running right towards it to like, I know exactly how to turn this music off and get these fuckers out of here. But it's a long scene of him like scrambling and like pushing stuff, and nothing happens. He's just doing this. Like, he's just moving his arms.
He's the kind of guy that basically, like, they have a ghost hanging in the tree.
Yeah.
And it's one of those big paper ones, and he just pushes the paper.
Yeah.
He doesn't take the ghost down.
No.
It just, the ghost moves a little bit.
So then, yeah, he fucks up the party, and he's like, yo, what's up, old man? Like, what the fuck is that? And then I think they just go right into the fight, right? Like, don't they move? Oh, yeah, because he fucks with their decorations. So then the fucking young metal dude goes over to his house, and he's like, you know, and like, I even have it down, I think. You know what you know what could perk up this candy-ass display? And he holds up this buck, and he's like, some motherfucking blood. And, like, he starts putting blood all over everything. And then they just go for it. And he has this weird, like, so they square off, right? And there's this crowd. And the fucking, like...
people are taking bets.
Yeah, metal dude's, like, already. He's got his fists up. And this fucking old white dude, like, puts both hands together and, like, does, like, a double hammer, like, on his chest. But, like, does nothing. Like, I don't know if you paid attention, but it's like he hits him and just kind of, like... that. He just kind of, like, does this. And, like, the guy just laughs at him, and then they fucking go full force. Like, they tackle each other and start wrestling around.
Yeah, and they go into the casket, and then all of a sudden they come out of it, like, from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But then the cops come. It just gets out of hand.
It gets really way quick. Out of hand, super quick. And it gets even more out of hand, because as they're fighting, they're strangling each other and rolling around. They fucking land on a broken piece of wood that's sticking straight up. Goes right through both of them. Dead on Halloween. All they had to do was talk about it.
Yeah.
They just make sacrifices. Turn down the music a little bit. Old man, don't be a dick so much. It would have been nice, and you could have, kept going.
Right.
But
this was a good short one. Like, this is a middle of the road one for me. Like, I liked it.
I like this one.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting near the end. Not the last one yet, but near the end.
All right. So this is the one I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
Do, and then I will read what I have.
Okay. So it starts with this, like, and actually, I do got to say, a very good looking girl in a cheerleading costume running in the woods. It's set up for Friday the 13th. It's called Friday the 31st, Bradley. I remember this one.
It is called Friday the 31st.
And so this, like, they obviously can't wear the hockey mask, but it's a big dude, big farm looking dude, baghead Jason basically, but wearing like a weird offshoot mask. I called him the Kmart Jason this whole time.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so Kmart Jason is chasing after this girl, like the usual thing. She's running, he's walking. They always stay kind of close to each other. She runs into a cabin and everybody's fucking dead, like horrifically dead. Like all her friends are already cut up. And then they make an homage, I think, to the mom, because there's an older lady's head in a pumpkin, Jason's mom's head, blah, 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 blah. Jason comes in, tries to kill her. She escapes. She's running away, and Jason fucking grabs like a spear, fucking aims, gets her in the back with a fucking spear. She's dead. So then Kmart Jason goes and fucking like kind of kicks her. He's like, for some reason, he's checking on if she's dead or not. Why he's doing this? Fucking
sound effects are amazing.
Yeah, a fucking light comes down. So that now there's an alien, and he's just confused. That sounded like Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah, that's about what he sounded like.
So then he looks up, and there's an alien. And it shoots this little fucking probably 3-inch alien down. And it's like, it's already got a pumpkin outfit on, which I thought was very good. It did its homework and knew what was going on Earth right now. Well, girl's still dead. Jason's confused. 3-inch alien. So this has already gone where you didn't know. You thought it'd be another ripoff of Friday the 13th. So then he just kept saying trick or treat. The little alien says trick or treat. Jason doesn't know what's going on. He fucking steps on him. He doesn't want to deal with it. Goes to walk away. Now the problem is that he doesn't see the little alien turn into mush and go into the girl's fucking mouth. Girl reanimates, comes back, green eyes, and just like awkwardly like floats, like it's kind of comedic, just like floats towards Jason. And he's so then now Jason's fucking running because he's scared of what's going on, and the girl's like ah, and it looks like a demon from the Evil Dead, the way that she's kind of like cocked and the way that her eyes are. So I feel like that someone with my same interests in movies smashed everything that they could into one of like, how do I make a Friday the 13th and an Evil Dead movie in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I don't know where the aliens come in, but so then they get into this kind of woodshed thing, and Jason tries to use one-armed chainsaw, kind of like Ash, and they just start hacking the shit out of each other, like cutting off limbs, falling off. Like Jason cuts off her arm, she cuts off Jason's leg. They cut off each other's heads. They're fighting with no heads. They drop the chainsaw. Jason falls onto the chainsaw, and then fucking they all die. The alien pops out of her mouth, says trick or treat, and I think it's beamed back up. And that's the end of that one. Short and sweet. Not much backstory. It tells you what you need to know.
Yep.
What did you get, Brad?
Candy and radio in cornfield. Dorothy is running from a person with a severed head and machete. Runs to old gas station shed, barricades doors, already dead people in there. Lady's head in a pumpkin. She seems to know her. The Jason type to break. Soon he's got one guy and that's it. Drops this overhead. He looks like a cross between Jason and Tiny from Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
She stabbed him with a pitchfork, and he said she starts beating him in the head with something else, and now his face is all fucked up, is bald and shit, not good looking. He throws a javelin, fucking gets her somehow, and suddenly there's a light like a UFO light, and then there is a UFO. who sends down a little guy, a claymation type dude, who has a pumpkin sweater and a polka pail. He has a polka pail.
No, I'll take a pumpkin or a polka pail.
He says a trick or treat.
Mm.
And
trick or treat.
And that UFO goes away. That dude doesn't know what to do. He's like, I don't have any fucking candy.
Is this Jason?
Yeah, you do it, a certain girl angry.
Did you drop it?
Yeah. You do it, a certain girl angry, like I don't have candy because a little guy keeps asking for trick or treats. So he stops him because he gets angry. That made no sense. Let me read all that again. Because what really happens is he keeps saying trick or treat.
Yeah.
Jason gets mad because he doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have any candy. And he gets mad. He stomps him. But what I have is a polka pail, and he says trick or treat. And that UFO goes away. The dude doesn't know what to do. He's like, I don't have any fucking candy. You do it, a certain girl angry like you. I don't have candy because the little guy keeps asking for trick or treats. So he stops him because he gets angry. But a little dude goes back into the girl. Her eyes are green, and she wakes up, and the farmer is inside, and it looks like she's on skates. All right, more. This is the last paragraph. So then he tries the same shed, and he's like, she immediately goes in, and she can kind of float. And he's just like, what the fuck? So you grab Snack's hatchet, stabs him in the neck, doesn't work at all, stabs him in the shoulder, and he's like, fuck, and squirt and blood all over the bath. So then he grabs machete, slices her arm off, which is fine with her because I don't bother her. And then he grabs, like the sum has a chainsaw, he decapitates her within the captive by stabs his head in his grave later. It's just a fucking bloodbath. and then both of the lifeless bodies are just squirting blood, and it's fucking crazy, and they fall over, and it's like a mountain off of one of those rockets making shots like glass of Pepsi when the Pepsi flies up, and then the little dude trick-or-treater comes out of her mouth and says trick-or-treat, and then he goes away with his head.
What does Pepsi have to do with anything?
Because the blood squirting up was like when you do one of those Pepsi experiments to make the Pepsi.
Oh, like in the Mentos?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense now.
Well, that didn't.
Nope, not at all.
No.
So, I mean, anybody can rewind that and listen to it again, or you can just keep living your life and move on. But out of the two versions, you should have got what happened.
Yes. And I this one's awesome.
Yes.
Like, super fun.
Yes. Okay. So then.
Second to last.
Second to last.
This one is called The Ransom of Rusty. I don't have the last name written very well. Let's just call it The Ransom of Rusty.
Okay. So it opens up on two guys. They are in a van, and it sounds like they're about to commit a crime.
They are. I used the voice function on this one, too, so I'm going to be a little weird. Like, my first line is, guys are kissing your house.
Uh-huh.
Like, instead of casing the house, I have kissing your house.
Yeah, I mean, they could be. We didn't see
They could be kissing your house.
Yeah. And basically they're watching this this dad kind of let his kid go out trick-or-treating by himself.
And one guy's definitely more into the whole thing than the other guy. Like, one guy's like, no, we got this. The other guy's like, oh, no.
I just don't know, man. Do we have this?
Yeah, I don't think we have this. We saw this kid earlier, and all the kids were in that German one, the Lucky McKee one, Ding Dong.
Yeah,
like, all the kids that came trick or treating had been in the movie.
Yeah, it starts to kind of connect them because everybody you've seen kind of shows back up.
Yeah, this is one of the kids that trick or treated.
Yeah, this kid. Yeah, the kid that they're going to kidnap was in the witch one.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're watching this kid, and then they end up kidnapping him. That's what happens because you find out that he's rich, and he's also the son of John Landis. Another random cameo.
Yes.
So then, yeah, they kidnap the kid, and they take him to this like warehouse. I don't fucking know where they went, and they call Jonathan Landis, and they're like, "Listen here, Landis, we got your kid."
Fuck you, Landis.
Yeah, fuck you, Landis. Unless
you got that London money.
And like I don't know if he fucks this up or if I took it the wrong way. He's like, "You're not going to see a kid alive unless you give me 5 million Benjamins." Now, a Benjamin is $100 bill, right?
Yeah.
So 5 million of those would be $500 million, right?
Yeah.
He couldn't be asking for that. I don't think Jonathan Landis is that rich. If you have $500 million, you're living in a gated community. Like, you're not letting your kid just trick or treat.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it's probably something very small, and they were just trying to sound cool of like, hey, okay, so I wrote it. I got 5 million buckaroos. Does that sound right? And like, nah, you got to like make it look or sound tougher. And he's like
5 million.
5 million, $5 million?
Enough to put this on the line.
Yeah, with an A, dollars. No, that's not going to work either. Try Benjamins. It's like, oh, that's good.
They just thought Benjamins were dollars too, and they're like, Benjamins.
Puff Daddy, like Puff Daddy's all about those things, isn't he? It's like, nah, I think so.
No, who's Puff Daddy? I thought his name was Diddle. Diddy. It wasn't his name. Is that Diddy?
Diddy. But I'm happy you went with Diddle instead. So then, yeah, so he asked for $5 million. And Landis is like, fuck off, man. I keep the kid. I don't want him.
Don't call here again. Fuck you.
Which is off-putting because you're just like, as a parent, you're like, you would want your kid back. Like, you wouldn't just hang up on somebody and be like, have fun.
Yeah.
And then, so he's even confused. He's like, the fucking guy Landis hung up on me. And they're like, Jonathan Landis hung up on you.
The guy's reaction was fantastic. He was just like, I don't think he understood. He's like, well, call him back.
Yeah.
It was literally like Weekend at Bernie's. Like, the two guys, like, the way that they offset each other.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. He's like, well, he must not have understood, right?
Which I think that I'd have the same reaction. Like, I'd be very confused. Like, but I think that, like, if I called and then I was like, Brad, the motherfucker hung up on me, and you're like, well, call him back. You know how embarrassed I'd be? Like, I can't even make a ransom call. Like, I'm not gonna call the guy back. Like, you can't call back and be like, I still have your son.
I said, sir, I don't think you understood.
I mean, he handles it well. Yeah, he's like, I don't think you understood. We stole your kid. We will murder him unless you give us money. And Landis is still the same way. He's like, I got that wolf money. He hangs up the phone again. And so they're all fucking confused. But then they turn around because they hear like the chair fall over, and the kid's fucking gone. Gone.
Yeah. Gone.
And
Gone.
And then fucking I don't know, like where'd that little fucking kid go? Little fucking brat. And they get tackled. Like,
well, hold on.
Oh no.
So when Landis says to him, "You've made a terrible mistake," and hangs up on him.
Well, no, he says wolf money first.
Oh yeah, he's like, he does say that. And then you could just hear him trailing it off. He doesn't actually hang up. He's just like, he just obviously got up from the phone and is just going around his room like, woof, woof. That should have been it.
I just see him marching around his house.
Just motion.
Just wolf money. Like, how long does that go for? Like,
come on, everybody.
So so he gets off the phone and he's just like, he's your problem now. I don't give a shit. Then, oh my God, I thought you jumped in there. So then, like, does the kid tackle him then? Like, he like bites him, right? The fucking kid shows up and he's not a kid, he's a demon. That's where we're going.
He's the guy from earlier. He's Mordecai.
Yeah, so
Outlanders.
I'm sweating. I'm fucking laughing so hard. We're almost there. We're over 2 hours.
Are we really?
Yeah. So,
shit.
So he's a fucking demon. The kid
fucking take this kid. The guy doesn't want him back, and he fucking shit goes bad. And he kills one of them. The other one's like, shit, I got a burger, and he's still there. Who the fuck is gonna listen to a podcast about a movie? Let's look into the fucking movie.
This is when I wish that we actually did video.
I'm literally like, tears are falling down my fucking face.
Oh, it hurts. I thought I was gonna throw up there for a second. I mean, you summed it up. The fucking shit goes sideways. The kid's a fucking demon, and you're right. Like, they try to get rid of him, and they try to give it back to him and put him on his doorstep. He fucking just
try to drown him.
They try to drown him. He keeps showing up, and then they fucking think that they get away with everything. They stop at a convenience store. The guy gets a burger. The guy's fucking dead, and then he just starts screaming.
Yep.
End of that one. It took so long to get there. But that's exactly everything that happened.
I do like that one.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, it's not my favorite, but I do like it.
Okay, last one. I have to wipe away my tears. We're getting there. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, Tales of Halloween. I didn't know it would be this good. Okay, so we cut to a kitchen of a dude, and he's fucking carving a pumpkin. And he's like super into it. He's like, this is my art.
Yeah, and it's like a nice house, and his wife's hot.
Yeah.
And he's like all nice looking. He's like, yeah, he's real into it. He's like, oh, let me just clean up the pumpkin.
Yeah. Oh, hey, honey, we have to get to that party. I'm gonna go get ready now. And he's like,
hey, no problem, doll. Let me just clean up the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Look at this pumpkin. It looks perfect. Everything is perfect.
It looks great. The party. Let's go. Come on. You think they're gonna listen and wait around for you to talk about your pumpkins? Come on, babe.
Come on.
Let's babe. Go. What'd you call the outfit on the alien? Polka. Look at all the polkas. That would have been funnier if I would have got that shit right. So then, the guy finishes and he's going to clean up. And then the girlfriend, wife, whatever, she comes down all hot and sexy. She's like, hey, we're going to the party. What's my weird... Yeah, my weird husband's fucking, But
she'll clean up the pumpkin innards?
Yeah, she's like, hey, he has a weird pumpkin thing, but all the other months of the year, he's fucking normal. Yeah. Yeah, so then she comes down and he's being fucking eaten by a pumpkin. Like, that shit is halfway down his body. I don't know what kind of pumpkin gets like that large. But it's eating him, and he's like, and it fucking eats his head and just explodes. Blood fountain. Done. Fucking dead on the ground. The girlfriend's like, well, how do I explain this bullshit?
Well, she explains it by giving the police a rough sketch.
Oh, my God. So what that reminded me of is, like, you've seen, I think we've watched it together, the Leprechaun. Is what this reminded me of.
That's what it reminded me of too.
I like it.
They had to do it. It had to be based on that, right?
This is I enjoy this one for, like, it is what it is, and, like, I think that they're trying to be funny, and it works most of the time. Like, this bullshit, like, they take it super seriously, but so a hardened cop, she has a scar on her face. That's how you know she's seen some shit. She fucking shows up and she's like, what's going on here? And she tries to find information. And then she's talking to the girl and she's like, it's just so quick. And like, he's dead. And she's like, well, who do you think did it? And she's like, I can't explain. And then I think that's what it is. Like, the sketch artist is just like, I can't explain. And he fucking turns it. And it's a child's drawing of a pumpkin with, like, arms. Like, is what it is.
Like something I would have drawn in 4th grade.
Yeah.
If somebody was like, make a Halloween drawing for Halloween, and in class, and this is what I would have drawn possibly.
So I might have put this out so now the captain wants to see her for some reason, and so it goes into this yet other fucking, like, cliche. So he's like the captain wants to see you to the detective, and she's like, oh, fuck. Like, she knows she's in trouble. So you know already what this is setting up. It's setting up, like, the 80s cop scene where, like, she's going to get called in and he's going to be yelling at her for doing something. So then the captain wants to see her. So then it gets to this kid is trick-or-treating with her mom. I think the mom stops to, like, answer her phone or text or something. What the fuck is blue behind you?
Or just plug this thing in to see if it still works.
Oh, okay.
It's my neon. It's not really a cool neon though.
Oh, so the mom's, like, texting or something. She doesn't pay attention to her kid. The kid is going to the next house and he sees the pumpkin. And for some reason, like an idiot, he fucking sticks his hand in it. I don't know why. Oh no, because he sees, like, a light, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he sees a little light. He fucking puts his hand in it, cuts back to the mom, and she's like, little kid? Where'd you go, little kid? Little kid. And then you hear, ah! Fucking she comes around the thing. This pumpkin is fucking boots deep on this kid. Like, he's just fucking gone. He ate the whole kid. So then we get the scene with the fucking captain. Captain wants to see her.
Yeah.
And so now he starts spitting out every story that's happened tonight.
Yeah, which I thought was a good touch. The cop is basically pissed at everything that's happened tonight, which is everything that's happened in the movie.
Yeah, and he's just like, there's fucking kids eating candy out of their parents or whatever, and fucking trick-or-treating, spray painting. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. But now he's tasked this detective with, like, solving everything. He's just like, you got to get control of this town. Like, it's a fucking madhouse around here. She's like, oh, okay. And then, so then the fucking, wait, no, hold on. I don't think I wrote it down, but, like, now she has, like, the crush cliche where, like, this, like, nerdy kind of guy is, like, going up to her and trying to help her because I'm guessing he has a crush on her or something.
Yeah.
Like, so that cliché's in it too. So now it cuts back to outside. The whole town is on fire and the pumpkin's eating the children. Like, just mayhem.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then somehow now the pumpkin is alive, terrorizing all the trick or treaters. The cop is there, and it goes out to her windshield and gets away. What's that? Does it go out her windshield?
Yeah, maybe it hits the windshield. I don't know. I have she tries shooting it, so maybe that's where it is.
Okay.
So now like she's chasing the pumpkin, but she gets to this part where there's like a Halloween display like behind a house, and there are tons of pumpkins. So now she doesn't know which one it is, which one's gonna jump out at her.
She doesn't want to do Pocanos alive, but she shoots it right in the face.
Doesn't want to do Pocanos alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pocanos.
Okay.
Poconos. Could be Poconos.
So yeah, she's out of bullets, and now out of nowhere. Oh yeah, so the pumpkin attacks her. I think. Yeah, you're right. And then she's out of bullets trying to shoot it, and the guy that has a crush on her, fucking out of nowhere, shows up with like a shotgun. And he throws
Pocanos alive.
Yeah, and then she fucking blows this pumpkin away, just explodes it. And she notices on the back there's a sticker of where it's from. It's from
Clover Court,
which is probably a nod to Halloween 3, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Because even when they go to the building, not that it looks like it. It looks like, yeah. You think it does? Yeah, I mean, it's more futuristic than it was in the 80s, I guess. But.
No, it was, but it totally reminded me of where it certainly did remind me of, Silver Shamrocks and the whole thing, yeah.
And so the guy shows up and he's like, "Oh, my darling, you cannot be here right now. It's Halloween and we're a pumpkin factory."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Show us where
the other day of the year, and I invite you in,
but not tonight." However, and they're like, "We're cops, bitch." Like for some reason, the crush guy is like following her, and then they make some stupid joke where she's like, "You're gonna show me those pumpkins," and he's like, "No." Oh, all right. And then the other guy's like, "I wouldn't cross her when she's angry." I don't know why that stuck out of my head, but it did.
Yeah, awkward.
So then they get to where all the pumpkins are. And we get a slow pull-out shot. There's 1 million of them.
I literally have that field of millions of pumpkins.
And that's where it ends.
He's like, "What? It's pumpkins."
And that's where the movie ends. It ends with an animation, wraps everything up nice and tight.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, what's the name of that one?
Bad Seed.
All right, so I think I might have it. I think I do. Let's go for it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I want to change my number 1, but I'm going to stick with it.
Okay.
So, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is Ding Dong.
Ding Dong. Mine is The Weak and the Wicked.
Okay.
Fucking hated it.
That's my number 9.
My number 9 is The Grim Grinning Fuck.
That's my 8.
The Grim Grinning Ghost.
Yes.
My number 8 is Trick.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I said, the first time I watched it, that's what I remember. But watching it this time, it doesn't do anything for me. It's fucked up, but it doesn't do anything for me.
My number 7 is Bad Seed.
Oh, okay. Okay, the one we just spoke about.
And I like Bad Seed though.
Yeah. Well, this is
when I'm starting to get like the first 3 I just named, I don't like at all.
Yeah.
And now I do like Bad Seed.
Okay, yeah, I mean, my 7 was The Ransom of Rusty.
Okay.
And then my 6 was Bad Seed.
Okay. My 6 is This Means War.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh, I was going to lead in. Never mind. 5, Friday the 31st.
Okay. My 5 is The Ransom of Rusty.
Okay. We're getting down to number 4 here now. I'm not going to put any effects on this, but number 4. My number 4 is The Night Billy Raised Hell. I know. This is where I knew that we would start to.
My number
split.
4 is Trick.
Trick. Okay, you went high with that one.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Ding Dong.
Jesus.
I really like Ding Dong, man.
I fucking hate Ding Dong. Oh. I think it's the guy. I think it's just like, the sixth. Yeah,
I mean, it's just so it's just enough ridiculous for me.
Fair enough. My number 3 is Friday the 31st. That's enough ridiculous for me. Okay. I love the little claymation guy saying trick or treat. I love Jason being like, I don't have like. Love all that.
Yeah, I did actually really like it. I mean, the end's kind of weird with the cutting up, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What are we at, 2?
Yep.
Okay. This is where I split, even though I don't think you're going to agree with either one. But number 2 for me is This Means War.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I really liked it, and it was more like normal. Like there wasn't anything paranormal or supernatural or anything like that. It was just guys fucking. It was a neighborhood decorating for Halloween, which I got. Like I like that, somebody decorating for Halloween and taking it very seriously.
You could relate to it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. My number 2 is Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth,
which is obviously your number 1.
Sweet Tooth is my number 1.
I get it. Sweet Tooth is great.
Yeah.
And then my number 1 is The Night Billy Raised Hell because I love the old guy. He's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean he is probably he's the best character out of the whole movie.
Yeah,
I think. So yeah, holy shit, that's a long podcast. But yeah, that is Tales of Halloween, and the next time you hear us, it will be the majestic month of October.
There you go. It will indeed be. And we're definitely going to stay with the Halloween movies. So,
yeah.
I think we should do a bonus episode for Halloween.
I was thinking about that. I was going to text you with something. I don't know how to pull it off yet.
Yeah.
So we might have to figure something out. But there might be an extra one. We could always pull that one that it probably won't work for us. Where like if you give us if you rate us 100 times, we'll give you a bonus episode, and then every 100 ratings, we'll give you another bonus episode.
Right? I don't want to do that.
I know it's one of those.
It would make us look like assholes if we got 2 more ratings, or not even any. And we'd be like, shit.
I think that's the thing we talked about before was that I don't want to do any of that stuff that normal podcasts do or normal YouTube channels do, but that's probably why things are a little bit low.
Sure.
But whatever.
It's all good.
Hey, we can still go almost 2.5 hours on one movie. That probably should have taken us an hour.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I didn't think this one would take us this long at all.
No, me neither, actually.
All right, well, until next time, go watch a movie.
Anton Brad's Ghastly Dab.
This is